Tinkle.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back.
Gonna make a comeback. What's up, everybody? Well, me. I'm the only one out there. This chat's about as popular as a Harris election. Just saying. Snap, you're not live no more. What's up, everybody? Happy late night.
Well, my plan failed. Got my TV on to watch the chat, but there's no chat. It's just the four of us. So obviously you can't see the chat on the whatever on this app, the app on the television.
Oh, you mean the text?
Like the people, like the outside commenters. So let me do what I normally do here and pull it up.
Here comes the echo. What? There, I even chatted in there to see if it worked. What kind of mood everybody in? Dish.
I'm in a good, happy mood.
Yay. Guess what? Our state turned red finally.
I know, right?
And I went through on the election thing and went county by county. It was so close to a sweep, it wasn't even funny. There was one or two counties where if the independents didn't vote for Trump, on most counties, if the independents would have voted for Trump, he would have won every county except for like two. And one was Detroit. But on the counties that Trump won, some of them, he had twice as many votes as Camel Shit Toe. So that was pretty awesome. My county, my new county was a landslide.
Did you see the Pennsylvania, how pretty much there's one guy that went out and got a bunch of the Amish registered because the Biden-Harris administration had been putting like multiple restrictions on their farming, like how they can sell their milk and their vegetables to, that's how they make a living a lot of times. Is
they put some of them in jail.
Yeah.
The whole thing is it's a private like a co-op club thing. Hi, Susie Scott. What's up? The whole thing, it's all private, like a club, a buyer's club or whatever, I
don't know. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know that they were putting a lot of restrictions and stuff on Amish farmers and stuff and what they can do. And the Amish turned out for the first time. Now they've voted here and there a little bit, but they actually like came out and endorsed Trump for like, the entire Amish community. And I guess that's what gave him Pennsylvania.
I'm sure it was a chunk of it.
I'm just so excited.
Do you? Say something dirty. We're live.
The dishes.
Good. Laundry.
Oh. Actually, mine's spanking clean right back in the laundry basket where it came from.
Oh,
and
dear
that's
Lord.
How I live.
Oh, dear Lord.
Folding clothes and drying dishes are my two least favorite things to do. Ugh. You're just going to put it on. Why fold it?
I don't mind.
I don't know.
I don't mind folding my clothes, but for some reason, it really aggravates me when I got to fold like my wife's and my both boys, and everything in the dryer is totally different. like I get like in a rhythm. Like when I do my clothes, I'm like t-shirt, fold it, t-shirt, fold it, you know, shorts, you know, underwear, whatever, jeans, whatever's in there. And then if their stuff is in dryer, it's just like weird shit, like a scarf, and then it's like a sweater, and then a hoodie, and then some pajama pants that are like inside out and wrapped around the leg, and the other leg is wrapped around that leg, and it's like you gotta, yeah.
And of course, there's always a long hair tied around everything.
Right.
Gross.
Yeah, I'm the mean mom. Like my kids, they get their clothes in a laundry basket exactly how I got them. So if your pants are turned inside out, your socks are like rolled up in a ball, guess what? That's how you get them back. I ain't messing with it.
Your socks are you got a bunch of burrs and whatever on your socks inside out that you're going to get them back with burrs.
Uh-oh. I either got
they're 8 and 10. They're old enough to do their laundry right. They don't, and they're old enough to fold it. I ain't doing it.
half a candy bar in a pocket.
Oh no, the worst was my daughter had an ink pad in her pocket, and it got blue dye all over our clothes. And I was like, you know what? From now on, y'all are responsible for your own damn laundry. I ain't doing this shit. I'm tired of my clothes getting fucked up.
If that happens again, because it happened to us, it was a whole like giant blue gel ink pen that was in somebody's pocket, and it even like smeared the dryer and everything, because we didn't realize it until after we start putting it in the dryer, and you start hearing it going tink 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 tink. But
I hope it's not a lighter.
if you can just throw the stuff in the washer and rewash it, if you have some turpentine will bring it right out.
Turpentine. I'd fresh out of turpentine.
But pour your turpentine right down in the wash machine. Just, a couple, maybe a quarter of a cup.
I'll tell you one thing not to ever do. I had some I think I screwed up changing the oil or something and just soaked my jeans. So I figured, well, hand cleaner takes oil off. So I took a big old dollop of hand cleaner and threw it in the laundry. Oh, that stuff, I couldn't get the stink out of my clothes for a month. That funky kind of.
Yeah, Dawn dish soap works amazing for grease and oil and all of that stuff. I love it.
I can't use Dawn dish soap because it's my sister's name.
Isn't that weird how that works?
Out of all the excuses I've ever heard.
Ask Susie, she'll tell you. She probably just fell asleep. Did anybody hear Trump's 10-point mission list that he just put out?
I have not.
Holy shit, there's people crapping their pants in government. Big time.
Well, can you give us a Cliff Notes version?
Crypt note from a old man's memory.
Yeah,
What is it? I can look it up.
He's getting rid of bureaucrats. He's
awesome.
Putting the FBI and CIA under a watch to make sure they're not spying on private American citizens and or political parties. He is the lying when you're running for political office and shit, the lies and stuff they're able to tell. Thanks, Obama, for passing a propaganda law that makes it okay. He's going after that. He's going after leakers in government that are leaking false information to the news, to the fake news, he said. He's not going after whistleblowers and stuff. That's separate. This is people tweak. Hey, Trump's colluding with Russia. I don't know, a whole bunch of shit, and keeping his eye on people. And what everybody wants, term limits in Congress and stuff.
That'd never
Yeah.
happen. You know?
Well,
I would really like it if he could pass something so that way the bills that are up, you can't pat them with 4,800 pages of bullshit that has nothing to do with the bill. Like,
Right.
I'm so sick and tired of hearing Republicans don't support the veterans. No, the Republicans don't support your 4,800 pages of bullshit that has nothing to fucking do with veterans.
exactly.
Right. Just like that was a talking point for the election that the Republicans kept that they failed the border wall or the border bill or whatever.
To closing the border.
Yeah, but that was just like they just kept saying, Trump had them shut it down so he could have something to run on. It's like, no, they were sending millions of dollars to Ukraine and Gaza and Libya and stuff like that, and
Iran.
it wasn't even in. Yeah, it had nothing to do with our border. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the 10 points if you want me to read them out.
Keep it short.
Okay, number one is just reissuing.
Well, that was real short.
He's proofreading.
He's froze.
Son of a bitch, you did. Stop talking, Ohio. You're froze. You're wasting your breath. Breathaces.
Your breastises? What?
Breathace.
Oh, breathaces. Oh, breaths. His breaths. I had titties on my mind. I'm sorry.
Wow.
There he is.
There you are.
That is the worst face ever on a phrase. Jesus. What the hell? Okay, so Schedule F, classification for federal employees, would make thousands of government jobs at will, allowing shift removal and staff deemed to be underperforming.
Sad thing is, Adam Schiff got voted back in. Ugh.
Ugh.
That is
Are you
one.
serious?
Why is that fucking internet so messed up?
I'd rather have 9 Pelosi's than one Adam Schiff.
I'd rather have no Pelosi's and no Adam Schiff.
Okay. Number 2, purging intelligence agencies' alleged corruption of actors. Number 3, overhauling the FISA courts. Number 4.
Also, he's going to separate the kingpins in a separate office from the guys on the road for the all the capital letter agencies. Do a separation thing so they're not like taking care of their children. Did you freeze again, Ohio?
No, I'm here. Number 4 is establishing a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Trump intends to create a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. This body would review and declassify and release documentation on government spying, censorship, intelligence. There you go, what you were talking about. Number 5, cracking down on leaks. So the plumbing must be bad in the White House.
Well, it was in Georgia the year before, or the term before this. Oh,
what?
Damn! I just
about the White House. Yeah. Okay. Separating inspector general offices from departments. Establishing independent audits for intelligence agencies.
Nice.
Fixing the FISA court.
And let's see. Decentralizing the federal bureaucracy. Closing the revolving door between bureaucrats and private companies.
SKS, what's up?
Imposing congressional term limits. Yeah, that was that number 10. Yep, that was number 10. That was it.
Yeah, because I said FISA. It's going to fix FISA court. So I would think there's a whole bunch of politicians shaking in their boots.
Yeah, but not enough. A lot of them think they're invincible.
Well, that's just a start. We'll see. You wait till he turns Elon loose on him. He starts doing a budget and all that crap. But still, I don't trust them tricky bastards. I feel like I'm not allowed to celebrate, or if I celebrate, it's going to jinx it or something.
I'm not celebrating. It's just nice to be able to breathe.
A lot of anxiety went away. I know that. And did anybody happen to catch the video? The guy reporting outside the door where they're counting the votes and 2 trucks pull into the driveway at 12:05? Did anybody see that?
No.
But that's pretty standard, though.
Huh?
I said that's pretty standard for trucks and stuff to pull in and unload ballots from.
Not at 12:05. It ain't.
Well, I don't know, because they were running
2020. It was like 12, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that was something when it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. So
did you see that graph of the last like 4 voting sessions? That 2020, the Democratic vote was like way above normal on that one. Trump stayed the same all the way across, and Democrats stayed the same all across, except for that 1 year. Like 20 million extra votes, or close to that, 13 million extra votes that year. It's like,
yeah, I mean, all the dead people had to get up out of the grave and crawl over to the freaking election places. So, I mean, they don't keep up with time. They've been dead for years. So, 4 o'clock in the morning is like 4 in the afternoon for them, probably.
Once again, if you watch the movies and TV shows, they tell you what's coming. Walking Dead, wink, wink.
Listen.
Yeah, how about those damn 43 monkeys that escaped from that South Carolina lab?
Didn't hear that.
You haven't heard that yet? That's all over the news,
no. I don't have cable.
Oh my God, there was 43 experimental monkeys that they used for vaccine experiments or some type,
monkeypox,
whatever, dude, whatever. And there's 43 of them escaped, and they haven't caught any of them yet. And that was like 3 days ago. It happened.
Okay, well,
it happened in like 2018, where like 6 of them got loose, and they caught those within several hours. But this is like 43 monkeys, man. And they're telling people there's really no harm or there's no threat to,
Are anybody. They monkeys or little monkeys or chimps or what?
They're, I don't know. Let's see.
It doesn't matter. We've all seen the movie Outbreak. Don't go near the freaking monkeys.
And not even Outbreak, but 12 Monkeys too.
Listen,
these kind of monkeys.
SKS did it.
I'm sorry to admit this on air, but I am totally that white bitch that will see a monkey and be like, "Oh my God, I could take it home. Oh my gosh, it needs a family. I'll feed it bananas and it'll be so great." Yeah, I'm that girl. So if I end up with like 20 or 43 monkeys, y'all mind your fucking business, okay? Just mind your fucking business.
Well, that's okay. As soon as one bites you, you'll be dead, and then you'll spread it to everybody else in the damn world. But the thing is, that's what they said.
I know I'm gonna die.
I know, but her voice would be so great for the news. Just don't do what I did.
Just don't do what I did. Don't take them damn monkeys in the house, y'all.
The monkeys are they're gonna get hungry. Just don't forget to feed them, but don't feed them after midnight because they might multiply.
I can see Gunpowder sitting on her porch with a fishing pole with a banana tied to it, casting out in the woods.
Well, they say there's no risk or whatever unless you have contact with them.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, don't worry, 43 monkeys from a lab escape. There's no danger unless you have contact with them.
Yeah.
Great.
As soon as they bite a dog, then the dog licks you, you're in contact with them.
43 monkeys escaped from a lab. So if you come back home from working on the travel team and you see a couple monkeys, just fucking mind your business, okay?
2, please. Bring diapers.
You know what? I don't want monkeys. Never mind. I'm almost out of the diaper phase. I don't want to go back in it. Never mind.
See, you could have a new baby without the tequila hangover.
No. See, I don't do tequila. These little fornication trophies were all by moonshine.
Moonshine. Sorry, I would mix that up every time.
Tequila makes most people's clothes fall off, but it just makes me angry. So I try to stay away from things that make me angry.
See, I made that mistake, and the Republicans took over, so now I don't have to make an apology video. So awesome.
Woot,
woot. I apologize for that colorful joke, but I am a comedian. Sick bastards. Well, everybody must be sleeping from the hangover.
I haven't even been drinking
yet.
Oh shit, I said I hadn't been drinking and Ohio disappeared. My bad. Come back, I'll grab the whiskey. Come back.
Uh-oh. Damn, I didn't even notice you were gone. Gunpowder was talking again.
Yeah, I switched my Wi-Fi. It's something I don't know. We must be overpowered. I guess I could turn this off because I don't need to look at myself. I'm already ugly enough.
All the mirrors are broken in his house. Taped up.
We never even bought one. Don't even worry about it.
I loaded 2 on the van today. Big old, one full length, big old monster, and the other one's like 3/4. Hope they make it.
Yeah, I don't like mirrors because if I walk by and my reflection's not there, it kind of scares me sometimes.
Oh, good. You can answer the question. How do vampires shave if they can't see your reflection in the mirror?
Electric razor.
Oh, you just go for it. Listen to the sound.
And then you feel for it, and then you just do it again. Or you just be like me and just grow the beard, and not worry about it.
Oh, there you go. How do you get blood stains out of your beard?
Soap and water.
Number 1 vampire movie, Dish.
Dawn dish soap.
Man, number 1.
I use Dust Till Dawn dish soap.
Figures.
Oh, there's so many of them. I have no idea.
Yeah, but there's got to be one that you, this one almost could be real. My favorite.
Not the Twilight Saga.
Yeah, but I just watched one the other day.
Did you?
It's a time of year when it gets fall and kind of rainy and snotty. They work. Get you a bunch of snacks and big jug of whatever. My favorite is one called Before Dark.
After Dark. That is a good one.
Is that the one with the cute little blonde and the teenage kid not the teenage kid, but the older brother gets turned?
Yes.
Okay. Finger licking good.
Yep.
That bar scene, I love that one because it was you could almost believe it. You know, traveling in the van with the tin foil. And
I've never seen that one.
I haven't either.
Near Dark. Is that right?
I think this said After Dark.
Yeah, let me look it up real quick. It might be Near.
It's Near Dark. It's got a bunch of good people in it.
Yep. Near
My
Dark.
favorite vampire movie has the best death scene ever. Paul Rubens.
Which one?
Paul Rubens' death scene when he was a vampire in Buffy the Vampire
Oh yeah,
Slayer.
definitely.
He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and then like it just like 5 or 6 times they come back to him from other scenes. He's like, and he's still dying.
So
And
you
then
My
mean
mini me and I watched that movie the other day.
the credits roll, and at the end of the credits, she's like, and he finally dies.
so you said Beth's death scene in a campy kind of way?
Yeah,
You
I don't.
No, gotta watch
vampire
Weird
movies,
Al.
man.
Dusk Till Dawn will always be my favorite, just
Dusk
for
Till
the
Dawn's a
simple
good one.
fact
I
it
do have a
has
favorite.
Selma Hayek, right?
Oh my God, yes, it has Salma Hayek in it
Yeah,
with the
that
snake.
right there. Yeah, she's hot.
My favorite's Cheech.
Yeah,
I like when they say, "Let's kill that fucking band."
yeah.
30 Days a Night was a good one.
30 Days a Night.
that's-
I did see that one.
Is
Yeah,
that the
I
one
like
like up in Alaska or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the
Yeah,
That was good. That was a great drive-in one. Could you be rolling up the windows and locking your doors? And
the Lost Boys wasn't bad.
Lost
Nope,
Boys
that was
was
good.
excellent, I thought.
yeah.
That's another one that could almost be real.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. Now, I never cared for. A lot of people like that Interview with the Vampire.
I liked it.
I don't. I never got a really. It didn't hold my attention well enough for some reason, I think. But when I was trying to watch it, I was also a lot younger too. So
That one was realism too, because that little girl was pissed that she got turned as a little girl.
Kirsten Dunst, wasn't it?
yeah, it was Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise had an all-star cast. Bram Stoker's Dracula was pretty good.
That's a good one.
What's that old one where the Dracula is scary as F? He's like pasty white and he's got these whole mouthful of long fangs.
Oh, the old black and white one?
Yeah.
Nosferatu or something like that, or
I don't know.
I think so.
That was the scariest vampire I ever seen. And one I never actually seen the movie, but the advertisement scared me to death when I was a kid. I used to have nightmares. This guy's in a camper sleeping at night and you can hear all the crickets. All of a sudden they go quiet. He's like, and it's like dead quiet for a long time. And he's like, what's up? And he sits up and he opens a curtain and flash of lightning. There's the vampire face right there. That gave me nightmares. I don't even think I seen the movie.
You know what? You know what always got me was the old Twilight Zone with the dude on the wing, the thing on the wing with William Shatner looked out the window.
The movie.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. What about werewolf movies? What's a good werewolf?
Underworld is awesome. Every movie I've seen of Underworld is awesome.
Yeah. Little Red Riding Hood with Amanda.
Not porn.
Seyfried. No, it's not porn.
I'll tell you, my favorite probably of all time still for werewolves is probably American Werewolf in London. I mean, you got to figure when that movie was made, the special effects that they did of making it, when he changed over back in those days was awesome. And then they did like the American Werewolf in Paris back in like the 90s, and that was a pretty damn good werewolf movie.
Yeah, those are both good movies.
Yeah, I remember being impressed by that. The change. Wow, they actually showed him change, not a cutaway.
Yeah. One of my favorite werewolf movies was Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
I just watched that the other day. I love that.
Yeah. Gary Busey in it makes him that wheelchair. It's basically a trike.
Yep.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. Gary Busey sounds familiar though.
Yeah, it's a Stephen King novel, Silver Bullet. It's like small town back in like, I think it's supposed to be like back in the 60s or something like that or whatever. This girl's telling the story about the, when the town had a run in with the preacher or whatever. And her little brother is played by Corey Haim or Corey Haim or however you say it. And he's paralyzed. So, and one of the best scenes is when the werewolf comes out one night and Gary Busey is the uncle and he gave the kid some bottle rockets for 4th of July, and he went out to like the bridge over the creek and was like shooting them off. And then the werewolf showed up and he shot him in the eye with a bottle rocket, and then like fucking got the hell out of Dodge, man.
It's a really good movie, Steve.
It's really good, and it's kind of cheesy, but it's good,
I thought it was another stupid train movie like that, Something Express.
Oh yeah.
Midnight
There was something like a Silver Bullet train movie back in the 70s, wasn't there? With like,
that's what I thought it was.
With like, didn't it have like Richard Pryor in it or something?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
that's the movie I thought it was. Well, next time I see it on YouTube, it's actually got some pretty good classics for free.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I was watching one before Ohio made me fire up a chat.
I didn't make you do anything. I tried to make Dish fire up a chat, and she wouldn't do it.
Well,
I have no clue how to do that.
You used to be the mechanic back in the day.
That's when it was easy.
Yeah, it was easy. It was easy with Google Plus, wasn't it?
Yes.
I wish Google Plus would have never went away.
Oh, I know it.
Oh, in case you're interested in it, Ohio MSNBC is for sale.
Oh, is it? I think Elon Musk should buy it and just shut it down.
He probably will, if we're just being honest.
Make it the Musk Network.
And turn it into like a conservative news channel.
That'd be great.
Trump actually blasted Fox. I seen him on a speech.
Well, yeah, because I mean, Fox. Honestly, Fox is not in it for Fox does not. Okay, Fox is right wing news. Okay, they're conservative news.
A little,
but they're not into it like MSNBC and CNN are with the Democratic Party. They're not into it like, which is probably a good thing, but they do have quite a bit. The thing about Fox is during the day, they actually show you news. You know what I mean? What's actually going on.
right?
But people think that at 4:00 that's news. That's all the talking heads that come on there. Those are all opinion shows from like 4:00 until midnight. They're all opinion shows. Hannity, when Tucker was on there, Laura Ingraham and the Ingram Angle or whatever that show's called, The Five, all that stuff is all opinion. It's like we don't have like
yes. Don't forget Teen Wolf, Michael J. Fox.
Oh, Teen Wolf. I think
I can't remember what Trump. They had somebody on or something, and just let them run amok, and I think it pissed him off.
Yeah, I don't know. Guess what? It really doesn't matter. The only thing is, like you said earlier, I was expecting, to be honest with you, there was some protests, but nothing major. I was expecting something to go down either last night or tonight, Friday or Saturday night.
My theory,
you know what? Maybe even Sunday into Monday to fuck up the week or something. But I thought there would be some type of protest, riot, something, a little bit of civil unrest somewhere, one major city or something like Portland or something like that. But there's not.
There's one with Antifa, and the cops blew in and just threw them on the ground and arrested them all. Quick.
But that almost scares me too, because it's almost like it's too quiet. Like,
Planning.
what the fuck do they have up their sleeve?
Planning. Yeah.
You think they'll try to remove Biden and make Harris president? And then she would actually be the 47th president. So Trump would have to be the 48th when he got inaugurated, if he got inaugurated.
Technically, I think Biden's pissed at the whole deal, the whole schmeal.
Did you see where Nancy Pelosi said that they think that they would have had a better chance of winning if they would have been able to get Biden out sooner? That way they could have had their own. She's like, I think a primary would have benefited Harris. She says, I still think that she would have won the primary, but we could have had more people into it to see. They were going to rig it no matter what. They might have had a primary, but they were going to rig it to where Harris won, you know?
I think before we caught on to it and they started making announcements about watching it, and we had a lot of people in place at the ballot counting places, I think they were full out planning on cheating all the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Every swing state, they were pumping flying illegal migrants to.
I seen a map tonight. I was looking at it. And
here's another fact. Harris did not win one state that had voter ID required.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I seen that map. Every state that she won was no voter ID required.
But
I was really surprised when Kentucky had it on our deal to, I think it was like vote on one or whatever it was, but it's to require ID when voting. And I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm like, how many people are actually going to put no? And then, you know, driving around the neighborhood that I live in, I sat there and saw where a couple of houses had vote no on one. And I'm like, y'all are a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah, there's only one reason anybody can come up with for that.
So
I
mean, you have to show ID to get a pack of smokes if you look under 90. It's ridiculous. But they were trying hard to steal it. I think and that's another thing. I have not seen one Democrat blame losing on people voting for Trump. They always, they say it's Kamala's fault or they were too liberal or whatever. Not one has admitted that
some of the crazies on TikTok were saying that, blaming people for voting for Trump because
Lord, TikTok has gotten nuts.
Yeah, well, it's just like I don't really care to watch it, but people always share the TikTok videos on Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, I'm going to start sending them to you directly because I sit there and I watch them and it's a bunch of these blue-haired, crazy nut jobs. And I'm sitting there like, damn, I picked the right time to change my hair color. Good Lord, these people are crazy.
Now you got to go Trump red. Whoop, whoop.
Listen, there's a couple colors that I won't do, and red is one of them because it looks terrible with my skin tone.
Right.
Should I worry about this? Are you there? Can you see?
You raised him.
Yeah.
We see. What is he holding?
He's got a candle like he's coming to do some type of seance or ritual or something. Like, I'm kind of scared. He's dressed all in black. Well, that's blue pants, but
as long as the Ouija board ain't out of the basement, you're safe.
Oh, he's got like a ninja mask on now.
Well, I mean, if he wants to do an exorcism, he needs holy water, not a candle.
And don't fall asleep with it burning because you burned down the house. Woke up in the middle of the night and smoke all over one time. Whoops.
Don't put them in the bathroom next to the curtain on the back of the toilet either. If you leave that window cracked just a little bit, that curtain's going to catch on fire.
Never let your wife light a sage smudge stick to cleanse the house while she's drunk.
Back away from
Have you
the
been
street.
talking? Have you been talking to Tardot?
No.
Okay. I'm a big fan of those sage sticks. You feel like your house is a little uneasy. Shit, light it up, start smoking up the place.
I believe in that shit too, but you don't not put it out all the way and then lean it against the candle when you pass out on the bed. That's all I'm saying. Big giant candles.
My brother-in-law was telling me about he had like a campfire like about 5 days ago, just out because he was doing things in the yard, burning some sticks and stuff like that. And he decided, he's like, I was going to blow the leaves, but I waited, a couple of days because they weren't going to come sweep them up for a while. Because all we got to do is get them over to the curb, and then the truck comes by and sucks them up.
Must be nice living in the city.
Right.
But he was blowing leaves, and he got over by the fire pit. And he's like, it was like 4 or 5 days went by, and he said, I hit it, and all of a sudden all the embers come up. It was like those coals were still hot from 5 days ago in the fire pit. And he's like, start a fire in my yard.
Oh no.
I was like, damn.
Well, I mean, the good news, whatever got burnt, I mean, it's going to look great next year.
Well, he got it out. It was just some leaves, just,
This year, I'm really hoping to put the leaf blowing on the new people moving in. Just saying. I haven't even started yet. I blow the sidewalk in the driveway, make it look good for when they pull in to look at the house. But I got appraisal is Wednesday. So everything's looking good.
Awesome.
Yeah, I wish we could have got up there earlier, but going to have to hustle before the snow flies.
I don't know. Do you have a feeling that we're going to have a harsh winter, or we're going to have one of those winters that last all the way into like May?
I don't know if it's going to be long or not, but I have a feeling it's going to be very mild but wet. More rainy than snowy.
I would rather have that. I'm sorry. You know what I can't stand is the ice.
Yeah.
I don't like the ice.
That screws everybody.
Or you're like, oh man, it's been raining for like 3 days. It's like, yeah, but the temperature's supposed to drop down like 20 tonight, and we're supposed to get more rain. And this is like, nothing like going out and like taking the complete shell of ice off your car.
Well, one good thing about where we're moving to, we don't have to worry about the power going out.
Yeah, that's true. And one good thing about getting that ice off your car, once you do crack it and it slides off the hood or whatever, it takes all the dirt with it. So your car looks like it's clean as hell after the ice takes everything off.
That's a good thing. Nothing like driving down the highway and the whole lid of your hood ice comes flying up.
The ice comes flying up, yeah.
And being in my van, after the van warms up and you have to hit the brake at a stoplight, all that snow and shit comes sliding off the road. Yeah. Avalanches your windshield. It's like, no. Oh, that reminds me.
I'll tell you what, if people, when they shovel their driveways or whatever and they blow the snow out in the road, that shit is just as dangerous as them with their lawnmower blowing the grass out. Because I'm driving a motorcycle, it's dangerous to have that snow in the road.
It is. That and the amateur snow plowers were the truck that leave the big. Technically, at least here in Michigan, it is illegal to plow your driveway
like across
the street,
right out into the road. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have a guy in this neighborhood who does it, and you hit them big frozen things that he leaves in the road. It's like, you ass. Pissing me right off. Then the one neighbor across the street from me, a couple of years back, he plowed the snow and then rammed right into my fence and bent the corner post.
Yeah.
Didn't come say anything or, whatever.
Nice.
Like, nice job.
All right, well, I'm going to come see your neighborhood in December. That way I can justify to TARDOT that I need a minivan.
Okay. 4-wheel drive? Front wheel drive? I hate front wheel drive.
It's got to be all wheel or 4-wheel. Like, I sometimes go off-roading, so I need something that has traction.
And then poaching, them monkey hunting nights.
Mind your business, Steve.
Yeah, there was a guy down in South Carolina. He was a land surveyor, and he caught a bunch of them on video running through the woods. And fucking things are fast too.
Oh yeah.
They put cages out with food to try to trap them into live cages, but I'm telling you, man, they need to just tell them people down there, if you see one, kill it, shoot it.
Shoot it on sight. Shoot it and call us. But holy shit, I just forgot your name. Gunpowder Beauty. It ain't a real van until it has tie-down loops in the back. Just remember that.
Listen, don't threaten me with a good time.
You mean hostage straps?
Dish seen them.
They're not hostage. They agreed to get inside the van willingly. They ain't hostages.
See?
Some of us think of it as a vacation, okay?
Right. To be honest with you, I don't know how in the hell some of us made it growing up.
Oh, I'm surprised I actually made it to my 20s. Like,
I'm just saying,
I was ready for Uber before Uber was here.
There was no, we didn't have the internet or anything like that, and there was no 24-hour news source, so you didn't hear about like fucking kids being kidnapped and raped and murdered and shit. You just didn't hear about it unless it happened in your town.
They never did.
Yeah.
Oakland County Killer. And I hitchhiked right through all of it. But I used to rock.
I watched a special about this little boy who was delivering newspapers or whatever, and he disappeared on his paper route. And they never found him.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Way to bring it down, Ohio.
Sorry.
You know, Gunpowder, I did notice when Dish was riding with me at the van, she was kind of nervous. Had her back to the door.
I did not.
What you didn't see is her hand was on that handle ready for you to sit there and be acting crazy because she's going to pop open and jump.
What do you expect? She met a guy named Stalker Steve on the fucking internet, and she's in a van with him.
I know, right?
She's got to have a little bit of precaution.
I'll roll the dice.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, when you came into town to visit me, and I came over to your hotel, that was like, man, I hope this guy don't try to fucking slash me in this hotel. I kept leaving notes everywhere. I'm meeting Stalker Steve at this motel. He's from Michigan. He drives a dark-colored van.
You know what? That's weird. I don't even remember that hotel. We stayed in the hotel?
Yeah, it was in Streetsboro. Remember we went to Denny's and got breakfast right after the hotel? After you?
Yeah, and I got fucked.
Yeah, your meal sucked.
It's like, what the hell? I remember the Denny's. I do not remember the hotel. Wow, that's weird.
That's because I roofied you.
Right.
3 days later, I woke up. I was in Pennsylvania.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh my goodness, SKS. Wow.
Holy crap, bro. I ran away when I was 10 years old. 3 weeks on the streets in Seattle. I tell you what, dude,
the hell?
If you tried that today, I bet you $1 you wouldn't be telling that story.
Probably not.
Shit, my kids tell me they're going to run away all the time. They get out to the car and realize the car ain't gonna start without me in it. And they're like, never mind.
I'm hungry.
Right.
Life on the street sucks.
Right.
Yeah, me and one of my cousins decided we were running away one time, and we packed sandwiches and everything, man. And we probably had a good 3 days worth of food on us, and I don't think we made it probably a mile from
3
home
hours.
before we sat down and ate it all.
I'm kind of wondering if SKS is the real life Joe Dirt.
Oh yeah.
Was the last thing you remember it being in a garbage can, finding a thing of skull?
It was not Joe Dirt. It was Joe Dirte or something. Wasn't it? Dirte.
Yeah, I just watched that the other night. Sat here cracking up. I love that movie.
My favorite part's when that damn hound dog got his nut stuck to the porch.
No. Spatula? Or she comes out with them fucking no. Hedge trimmers.
You know what? Another movie, like, it's not a jokingly movie, it's a serious movie with that Lone Survivor of Mark Wahlberg, where he plays Marcus Luttrell.
That
When
was a
they
good
take
movie.
him into that Afghanistan town or whatever, and he's like, I need a knife. And the kid's like, knife. And he's like, yeah, knife. The kid comes back with a duck. He's like, it's a fucking duck. He's like, it's not a knife. He's like, knife. And he's holding the duck.
Hey, Shalisa.
What's up, Shalisa?
Yeah,
hey, girly.
Space Peanut. There's your evidence right there. That's what we call one of them there Boeing bombs. Well, I'm glad you got found, SKS, and I hope you had a better life after that. Hope they learned their lesson. Yeah, I'd run away and spend the night in one of our mini forts out in the woods. After 2 nights of fucking mosquito bites, it was time to go home.
Right.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of camping. You know, when we were kids, we'd tell mom and dad, you know, we were going to such and such house, and they'd say that we were going to the neighbor coming to such and such, you know, and the parents all said it was okay to spend the night. And then we'd pack up and go out in the woods someplace, and nobody knew who we were at.
Yeah,
that was probably stupid as hell to do that, but
yeah, but you pretty much were in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like Stand By Me.
Yeah.
See, we did that as teenagers, and we were, you know, usually passed out in the middle of a
Dying of
cornfield
alcohol
or
poisoning in the
hayfield.
cornfield,
Yeah.
See, it all started by lying about where we're going so we can go camping. Then it ended up being lying about where we're going so we could, you know, get alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. My little brother got that once when he was. Wow, that fucking heart in the way moved. Yay!
If you do drink enough as a teenager, you sometimes will have to hold on to the grass in order to keep from falling off the face of the earth.
Right.
It's spinning. The earth is spinning.
It messes with your gravity, bro.
And if you're not holding on to that grass, you will fly right off and out past the moon you go. At least that's what it feels like.
Yeah, my little brother got alcohol poisoning bad one time, and his awesome buddy just dumped him out of the car at the end of the driveway and took off. Thank God mom was home and found him.
Yeah.
He was messed up. Vodka and orange Kool-Aid or something they were drinking.
My buddy dropped me off one night. Now, I wasn't a kid. I was adult, but they dropped me off one night and I was trashed, right? And I got out of the car and was like, all right, we'll see y'all later, man. You know, said my goodbyes. And they backed out and started driving down the road. And I started walking the sidewalk and hit the porch. Tripped on the step. And that's where I woke up the next morning on the porch. I was like, once I tripped and went down, there was no getting up. I was, screw it. I'm here for the night. Good thing it was summer.
We had some new girls come in from out of town one time and sat in my basement. We got a 12-pack. and one of our other buddies showed up, apparently a lightweight, because a couple of beers, he was trying to ride his bike home. It was freaking hilarious. That guy could not stay on that bike to save his life. He apparently almost made it home because his parents found him at like 6 o'clock in the morning when they got up for work, sleeping in the ditch out in front of their house.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was grounded the rest of the summer.
Man, some of the things we did as kids and teenagers, looking back on it, these kids today could never get away with what we got away with. To be honest,
No, but I have an appreciation that there weren't fucking cell phones back then.
True.
Oh yeah, and like instant video on everything. Jesus.
When I was about 24 or 25, I was living in New Orleans. It was in the 80s. I know, before most of you were born. But I remember waking up one morning to go to work, and I used to sit on the front porch steps and drink my first coffee and then, do my business and head for work. And this like lightning bolt hit me. I'm like, holy shit. And I sat there and wrote my mom a 3-page apology letter from when I was a kid, mouthing off to her and just being a dick.
No, I was never like that with my parents.
I know everything.
Not my mom. Me and my dad, we had a rough spot at one time, but it was, that coming of age. When you get about 14 or 15, it's like your dad's just the worst person ever. And I swear to God, we were cutting firewood, and he had a chainsaw, and he was chainsawing some stuff, and the chain, you know how he grabs, he kicks back on you, and he pulled the chainsaw away, and it hit my leg. And I had Carhartt like bibs on, so it didn't cut me or anything, but it messed up ripped a big hole in my Carhartts. And I was like, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I used some words that he didn't like. I think I called him a stupid MFer or something. He almost cut my, effing leg off. And that was like the first time I blasted some curse words in front of the dad. And he dropped that chainsaw. So if you're going to talk like a man, you better act like a man or whatever. And I took a swing, and that's the last thing I remember. I did not connect.
See, that's why I prayed. That's why I prayed to have a girl, because I did not want to go through that moment with my son.
Yeah. It was a life-changing experience. Let me tell you. Yeah. It humbles you really quick when
Oh, look, he's not that feeble old man I thought he was.
Right, but now I'm sorry. He's in a nursing home now, and he's not in the best shape. And last time
I seen him, take him now. If you
that's what I told him when we were at the nurse. He's like, "I'll beat your ass." He told me he's going to beat my ass because I took one of his oatmeal cream pies away from him because he was. Well, I didn't take it away from him. I just took it temporarily to clean it up because he had it all over his shirt and stuff and laying in the bed. And I wanted to clean him up and get the crumbs off of him. I said, "Give me that for a second." I took it away. He said, "I'll beat your ass. You take my cream pie." And I said, "I can take you now, old man."
Come on,
like,
put him up.
You want to try?
That's funny. Hold on, I got to get some more water.
Y'all are talking about teenage boys, and I'm thinking I'm going to need a freaking straitjacket by the time this girl becomes a teenager, because 8 is making me question all of my life choices.
Yeah, that's the roughest for me. I'm going to say that those terrible twos. The terrible twos are the reason they call them the terrible twos, because they fucking last till they're 18.
We never got the terrible twos,
yeah,
but we got a big old dose of the screaming 3s.
The screaming threes.
Everything was the end of the world. It's like, shut up, you little fart.
You know what? For boys, I think 17 is the magic age that it's like they're my oldest one went through it, and now my youngest one's going through it. They just have this attitude, just a smart ass attitude. And I usually let it go, but
are you looking right at him saying that?
no, I was looking to make sure. I was looking to make sure he wasn't in the room listening to me plotting to kill me tonight.
Sneak up in your room,
Right. The oldest one, man. Oh my God, when he was little, he used to scare the shit out of me because if he had if he woke up for anything, thirsty, had to use the bathroom, heard a noise, just couldn't sleep, whatever, got cold, needed an extra blanket, whatever the reason was, he would come to the bedroom and he would come in and he would just stand over you on the edge of the bed. And he wouldn't wake you up or anything. He would just stand there and like wait for you to wake up. And you get that feeling that someone's watching you, and you roll over and there he is just like looking at you like, hey, I can do that, you know? What are you doing here, bud?
Trying to kill you, Dad?
I'm thirsty. I used to give him a drink of water. Like we used to put him in bed at like 8:30, right? So at like 8:25, I'd give him water, give them each a drink of water, give them their blanket, make sure their nightlight was on for them, and it was because man, they come up with a million excuses to get out of that damn bed.
Yep, the routine. I remember my oldest daughter. She used to pull that routine. She'd start duck walking around the house and making you giggle and making you laugh. And I had to show her, I can spank and laugh at the same time.
Well,
and it kind of mellowed out after that.
It got to the point, like, because when the wife was working and I had the boys, because she worked 24-hour shifts. Well, dude, EMS, earn money sleeping. Okay, they got to sleep a lot. Sorry,
away from home.
Yeah, but it's still, And then she would come home. She'd get off 6 and can come straight home, and then go right back to bed. So, but it got to the point where I would do dinner and everything for me and the boys, and they would watch their Disney or Nickelodeon, whatever it was, for like another hour. And then it was Daddy's turn to watch TV. And I always put on something boring as hell or whatever. And because I would clean up the kitchen and everything. And they would be like, I let them watch it all the way till I got done putting the dishes away and everything like that. Then I would come back in the living room, sit down. I was like, all right, it's Daddy's turn to watch TV. And they're like, you okay? What are we going to watch? I was like, I don't know. I'd flip it over to Sean Hannity or something like that.
The news.
NBC Nightline or something. And you'd look over and they'd both be like this on the couch. You just pick them up, take them, put them in bed. And you ain't got to worry about them no more.
I used to fake sleep when I was a little kid, so my dad would carry me upstairs and put me to bed.
Yeah,
I remember that. It was a plan.
In the car, when you fall asleep, fake sleep in the car, so they carried you all the way to your bed when you got back from your uncle's house or got back from grandma's house or something.
Yep. Late night Christmas drive home.
Oh yeah. Because the presents were still hidden, so they they get you home from grandma's house on Christmas Eve or whatever. That's because we always did Christmas Eve at like my wife's sister or brother's house or whatever.
Right.
And the boys, when they were little, because they get all fired up for Christmas presents there, because that's when the family gave them Christmas presents, and we got the one present from mom and dad before Santa comes or whatever, and then but they would pretend to be sleeping on the way home, and then we'd carry them up, and then they'd come halfway down the steps. You could hear them creeping down the steps as we were like putting presents under the tree and stuff. We're like, get back upstairs, we're going to bed. Turn the lights off. My fat ass had to eat a whole plate of cookies every year. I mean, you know, it doesn't, listen, it doesn't sound like a bad job to have every year. But when they decided that they wanted to make their own cookies for Santa, it got a little rough a few times. You know what I'm saying? There was like, I'm pretty sure they used salt instead of sugar one year for the cookies.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was like, oh my God.
I remember experiencing that.
It's like, thank God for that glass of milk, you know?
Who's that texting you at midnight, Dishy Poo?
Oh, it was Pinterest or whatever.
I was kidding. You didn't have to tell me.
Oh, I don't mind answering you guys' questions. No, it was Pinterest.
Had some long-haired, buff-looking boy toy on the side or something. A little Fabio.
Fabio.
Watched the Sandra Bullock movie tonight. It wasn't great.
Which one?
It was the one that copied, hey, Gear, what's up? You got the link, buddy. It copied almost word for word of, what was the one with the beautiful blonde where they're going around the jungle and got the big green gemstone?
Oh, Romancing the Stone?
Yeah.
You talking about the one where Brad Pitt showed up to rescue her or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like an author she was a writer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
You know, copied that script. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't great. For, you know, Sandra Bullock, I expect something corny and fun.
Dude, I'll tell you what, the one with Ryan Reynolds where the proposal, that one's a good one. I actually like that one.
Is that the one where she's a businesswoman?
Yeah, and he was her secretary, and he was married her so she could stay in the country or something like that.
Stay in the country.
Yeah, technically it's funny because, you know, he's Canadian in real life, so she played a Canadian that her work visa was expired or something.
Yeah.
Plus, there was an almost nude scene in it, you know?
Yeah, damn close. I remember thinking what a lucky bastard Ryan Reynolds was. Unless they superimposed it on a mirror and then put him.
Right. Now that when she was younger, she did do one called Fire on the Amazon. That had a pretty intense.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Look at Steve. He's like, Fire on the Amazon.
I got a thing from Miss Sant, but they had a real
but we had somebody telling us how ugly she was all the time.
No, manly looking. She looks like a man.
Look at her jaw. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
But towards the end of this movie, they had a lot of close-up shots of her face and talking to the guy. And you could tell her upper lip was like Botox. It wasn't moving when she was
talking. How old is she? She's got to be close to 60, isn't she?
Oh, she's got to be.
How old is Sandra Bullock? She's 60 years old. Arlington County, Virginia is where she's from. Did you see that Kamala Harris is like $20 million in debt?
No way.
Yes, because she had all those millions for the campaign and they went way overboard and spent way more than they should. You know, like all of her like celebrity like endorsements and like being on those television shows and stuff, she paid to be on all those and get the endorsements. She paid for all of her endorsements, millions of dollars for these people. That is just crazy that yes. It came out. I was like, oh my God.
I want to watch that.
Oprah, even Oprah charged her so many million to do the interview or whatever.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Oprah charged her.
So they do feed on their own.
Yeah.
That just made my day. You don't even know.
She went on some like podcast type interview thing or whatever, and it was.
Didn't she have like 500 million of Biden's money or something?
Yes, she had the war chest left, and plus they remember when they announced that she would be running, and she broke all the records for fundraising the next day.
Yeah.
All that money was gone, dude. And it's like she spent all those ads, and she spent like I think $40-some million in ads in Pennsylvania, and the Amish just came out and said, "No, we're voting this year."
Wow.
Jebediah, saddle the horse. We're going to go vote. Yeah.
I wonder if the Amish here voted.
And then here's the thing, though. The story said that Donald Trump was going to actually pay her debt.
Really?
The $20 million is what the story said. I don't know if that's, let's see. Kamala Harris debt offered to pay by Donald Trump.
She'll probably sue him. You made me lose. Remember that one time in the mall?
Yeah, Kamala Harris campaign struggles with $20 million in debt, unable to pay staff. Let's see, what's it say? Unable to pay staff and vendors. And then it says, squeezed by vendors, Trump asked supporters to help Democrats with the $20 million in debt.
Wow.
So yeah, he's an evil guy, isn't he?
Uh-huh. Regular old Hitler, that. You know what makes me the most nervous? How they went from one day hating the guy to the next day, everything's tolerable.
Yeah, well, somebody played a video, and I think it might have been on TikTok or Facebook or whatever, and it was like Joe Biden, and he was like, me and Barack Obama both agree that marriage is, a sanctity between a man and a woman. Then they showed Barack Obama. Me and Michelle both believe that marriage is between a man and a woman. Then the Clintons, man and a woman, marriage,
So
man and a woman. And it went through all the Democrats and all talking about man and woman. And then there was an interview with Trump before he was the president. It was like probably, back in the 90s or something like that. And they were interviewing, like 2020. They're like, well, what do you think about the gay marriage or whatever? He's like, if you're into that thing, if two men, they want to do something like that, that's fine. I'm not into that. I prefer the women. I like the ladies. You know how he's talking. And he's like, but if that's your thing, he's like, I'm okay with it. That's your thing,
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It doesn't affect me. Basically he's got the same feeling I do. If you don't like gay marriage, then don't get one.
That's how I don't understand. They hide it, but Trump did more for the LGBT whatever community than any other president. I don't understand their hate and their lies. Are they believing what lies and hate?
I lost a friend on Facebook because she put a thing up saying that just because he really loves our country and he might say some crazy stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, that's the same mentality that put like 9 million Jews in the furnaces. And I was like,
wow,
really? You're really comparing him to Hitler like that? And then I said, listen, you survived 4 years of Trump. I survived 4 years of Biden. You'll be okay. It will be okay. It will be okay. Nothing's going to be that bad. And she was like, well, I had a miscarriage, and if I had that miscarriage under Satan's regime, I would have been imprisoned. I'm like, he's like,
he's got nothing to do with it. It's her state.
It's state rights. He got it right to state rights the way it should be, not federal. There's no federal law on it anymore. You know what I mean?
The only federal law was a right to privacy.
Yeah.
That's what Roe v. Wade was, the right to privacy. Technically, it had nothing to do with abortion.
Well, look at Ohio. I mean, they overturn Roe versus Wade. They send it back to the states, and what's the first thing people do? They go out and they get signatures to put it on the ballot to make it a constitutional change for the Ohio Constitution, and they change it. Now, abortion is legal per the Constitution in Ohio. Therefore, what are you trying to tell me that you would have been imprisoned under his regime or whatever? It's
just
bullshit.
gaslighting.
And I said, you're delusional. And then one of her friends posted, we need to drink plenty of water and get our exercise and rest because this is going to be a long fight against these Republicans or whatever. And she's like, and we're ready for war. So
I lost 2 lifelong friends, both women.
Well, there was a dude that posted something on yours about Social Security today, and I laughed at it on one of your posts. Some guy posted, maybe it was a girl, I don't know, but
I missed it.
Yeah.
But the one was a dear friend. It's one of my best buddies growing up's wife. We all grew up together. And I had to block her on Facebook because of the stuff she was saying. I didn't want to say something nasty to her. It was pissing me off so bad. Just these little snide remarks about Trump and this, that, and the other. Then another one was my lifelong girlfriend, you know, my first love and all that stuff. And she actually blamed her alcoholic son dying of liver disease on Trump. And it was her fault. She would let, when her son was 5 years old, she had a conversation with him. You can either go to daycare or we can drive a nice car. It's your choice. The kid chose the car. So he went home alone every day while she was working.
So he grew up alone and he started drinking at a young age and became an alcoholic.
Yep. No discipline. Her house was the party house for all the boys.
Yep.
And you wonder why your son's drunk.
But yeah,
blame it on everything but herself.
Being the asshole that I am, and the fact that I had some time that morning, I go, we go upstairs and I open the safe and I pull out an AR. I push the pens out, pull out the bolt, a little twisty here, a little twisty there, pull out a firing pin, and I take a picture of it. The bolt and the firing pin separated. And I posted it on the next person's little comment that they made about having war. And I said, do either of you know what this is? I said, because you probably shouldn't threaten to start a war with people that know what it is when you don't.
Yeah.
And then the post got deleted about 10 minutes later and the whole thing. And then she unfriended me.
Oh, good grief.
Nice. Yeah. Probably the best thing ever happened to you.
It was somebody that I used to work with. It was one of the, you know what I mean? I haven't seen him since I quit working there in 2017. Yeah. But every once in a while they pop up in your feed and they got to chaw a little bit at you about some shit, you know?
Yeah, I can take some back and forth, but when you start making threats and stuff and just talking idiotic, just stupid, I can't take it.
You know, and there's people I know that will argue with somebody they don't even know on the internet, like on like they'll go back and forth with like 100 people that they don't even know, like on like a news channel's post or something like that, or some weird post that a celebrity's post and people are arguing. I won't do that. You know, I'll go back and forth.
That thing you seen, was that on Steve and Susie's Facebook or the other my personal
I think
Facebook?
It was just yours.
You make me want to go check now.
I think it was just yours. Let me see.
Dear, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Y'all having a good?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Gunpowder?
Yes.
Can I record you saying, "Get up, Steve, it's time to go to work," so I can put that on my alarm?
Sure, I'll send you a voice clip.
Yeah, it says this was your post. You said, after praying so hard to get this man in office, why am I afraid to celebrate? And this person said, because you won't have health insurance or Social Security. Party it up.
Oh, cool. I'll have to find him. What's the name of the person?
Oh, you want me to give that out?
Just first name.
Lee.
Oh, guy I used to work with. A total libtard. Total libtard. And a biker. Raising his son to be a libtard. Too bad. Good. What's up, Gear? Just crawling in from work?
No.
Oh, don't work
No,
anymore?
if I had to work, I'd still be at work.
Oh,
I don't get off until 3:30 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Are you used to it yet?
Used to it, but not used to this going to work when it's starting to get dark.
You should
However,
have
I don't.
You should have left that starting to get dark off that sentence. Just
I'll be so glad.
Can't get used to going to work.
I'm going to write Trump a letter and see if he can get us off this daylight savings bullshit.
Oh, here's something right here. Oprah Winfrey's worth $3 billion, but she charged Kamala Harris $1 million to do an interview.
Well, that's why so much. She's got to scoop up all that land in Hawaii.
A lot of people smack me with the newspaper for saying this, but at break time at 8 o'clock, whenever I go on break, it's nice that it's not daylight outside. Because when I see that daylight on break, it's like, man, the heck with this job. I want to go home and piddle in the garden.
Here, yeah.
Right.
The only thing I hate, like, I work second shift, so it's not that bad. But, man, when I used to work day shift and it would be dark in the morning when you went to work, and then it would be dark before you got home, that sucked.
Yep.
All day when the sun was out was why you were stuck at work.
Well, whatever you do, Gear, don't start a night hobby like raising night crawlers or something. So you'll be wanting to come home. Or what's that one flower that only blooms in the dark once every so many years? Moonflower? Or is that wrong? Don't grow none of them. It is.
My mom has a moon plant and the leaves open at night. It's pretty cool.
Big white giant flowers, or
I haven't seen any flowers on it yet.
Strange things happen at night. Just weird things, man. Like in this household, like all the Cheetos disappear and I wake up and my hands and my pecker are orange. It's weird.
It's funny how many people are out at 4 a.m.
Yeah, kind of creepy. Don't ever go grocery shopping in the middle of the night like that.
That's when we used to do
it. Oh my God.
2 o'clock at Walmart. Oh my God. I miss 24-hour Walmarts. That was so fun.
Yeah, I miss the 24-hour Walmarts because the kids could be asleep. I get my grocery shopping done. No, now I got to take these heathens in with me.
They never went back to 24-hour, huh?
Nope, not around here.
None of them around here are.
I think the only 24-hour ones are in like major cities. Like the huge cities.
Yeah. Huge. I like that hat there.
Well, thank you.
Sweet.
Guess where it was made?
Probably China.
China. No, I don't know.
A lot of stuff on Amazon is made in China when it comes to Trump stuff. If you buy from his website, and you pay like $40 for a hat, it's made in the United States. But
I couldn't even tell you where. Bangladesh, Taiwan.
Yeah.
$12 at the gas station.
$12 at the gas station. Let's see. I think I ordered 2. They should be coming next week.
I asked my boss if we could wear political stuff at work. He said, yeah. He said, depending on what it is. I said, it's a blue hat. He said if it has KH on it, he's firing me. I told him, I guess we'll see about it tomorrow.
I ordered this one.
Oh, cool.
MAGA?
Yeah, it looks like the Miller.
Yeah.
And then I went with the old Elon Musk special. And
did the landing, and the two beautiful arms come out.
Did the dark MAGA. I went with the black.
Right.
That's cool.
I want to see some Kennedy stuff. The Maha, Make America Healthy Again.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Yeah.
So exciting news for Ohio after all this election stuff is Bernie Moreno beat out 3-time 6-year 6-year term what's his name, Sherrod Brown, Mr. Liberal himself. So we gained another Senate seat.
Awesome.
Excited about that. But now that J.D. Vance is going to be he's the vice president elect, we have to replace him in his Senate seat.
Oh, right.
So smile more. But we're trying to. Who would you recommend? Would you rather see?
Hey, I'll tell you what. We'll send you Gretchen Whitmore at half price.
What's that?
We'll send you Gretchen Whitmore at half price.
No.
Yeah.
Ew.
Vivek Ramaswamy is from Ohio. He resides in Ohio, so therefore he could take this place. But would you rather see Vivek Ramaswamy take a Senate seat or be part of the Trump administration?
He's got some good ideas.
That's a tough one.
And he's all about cleaning up the bulk.
Right, but that's, that could be a 4-year thing in an administration, and that's it, because you don't know, you can't guarantee who's going to be next, right?
I think
if he was to be appointed,
I think that dude's got a little mean streak where he'd have no issue walking up and telling you you're fired.
But I think I'd like him as a senator. That way he would finish out J.D. Vance's.
Sure, Mr. Selfish. Keep him. See?
Well, what I'm saying, finish out that 2-year term and then go ahead and go for re-election and get another 6 years out of him, and then 8 years from now have him run after Vance,
Yeah,
or have him be Vance's VP pick.
There you go.
After 4 years of Trump and you got Vance. So let him be a senator for Ohio until he's the VP pick, and then we get to replace another Republican in the House or in the Senate.
Yeah, that's kind of a keep the dream team going. But I have a feeling next cycle the Democrats are going to get like 90 billion votes.
You know what? It depends on who they run, to be honest with you, because they might come up with a good candidate.
Oh, that's another thing Trump was talking about, the paper ballot, same-day voting, make it a national holiday. Go up and vote, come home and barbecue steak.
It'd be nice to
now
be
that's an idea I could get behind right there.
Uh-huh. And living out in the country, I don't worry. Me and Susie walked up there or drove up there on election day, walked right in, got right in line, and did our business.
Yeah,
no wait, no nothing.
It's nothing. I had to wait about 10 minutes is all I had to wait.
I think that's what I waited with the kids.
I parked my car, started walking up to the school, and they've got like cones marked off for like how close the people can get to the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta be so many feet from the door with your political signs and stuff.
Every back in COVID mode or something?
Every year they're there, and it's always, and it kills me. And this is one of the things that it upsets me about the Republicans is they don't get out and do that. It's always the Democrats there at the vote at the polls, and they're all offering, would you like a Democratic sample ballot, which is basically a piece of paper telling you all the Democrats on the ballot. Because it's nice because I actually took it from her. She was like, would you like a sample ballot for the Democratic Party? I said, yes, I would. Thank you. Because when you look at that ballot, they don't all have D or R or whatever next to their name because they're judges. A lot of times judges don't have to claim who they are. So I look on that thing and go, oh, the Democrats are wanting me to vote for this judge, so I'm going to vote for the opposite judge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no
That's
doubt.
a good idea.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Because usually the Republicans have one. I think I put it on my phone. So yeah, I like screenshotted. I screenshotted the Republican one on my phone, but when she was going to hand me the paper one for the Democrats, I just knew I just had to vote against everybody on that one.
Right.
That would be awesome.
I researched everything on our ballot except for the judges. Went to vote. It's like,
eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Right. I won't ever do that because, man,
it worked through the high school tests.
Yeah, but you eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and you just elected somebody to the Supreme Court of your state that is like, anti-gun. And
there was only one liberal judge in Michigan that I voted against that I remembered their name, and their last name was Harris. So that was like a win-win. Easy to remember. Poor Susie. Stuff like that gives her an anxiety attack. She come out of there and she was freaking. I was like, baby, it's not a test. I mean, you can stop at any moment. She just went straight Republican ticket. I figured I'd make it easier on her, because anything like that, she freaks out for some reason. That's her Achilles heel. I said, man, you're really going to hate it filling out the paperwork when you buy your first pistol.
Most of it's done on a little computer screen. All you do is press buttons.
Yeah, she panics. I'm going to have to go talk to him, say, look, she's hard of hearing. Can you go through every question with her? She gets, panic attacks. I'll go to my guy here. They're really nice in that store, and they will.
Yeah. Well, that'll be good.
Yeah. It's not.
What's she thinking about getting?
No.
Have you seen the? I watched a video today on the G43 German rifle that was made in 1943. It held 10 rounds. It was semi-automatic. It looked about like your is it SVT that you have or whatever? What do you have? The 54R Russian?
No, I don't.
But don't you have something like that? Don't you have a big ass semi-auto rifle? Oh, battle rifle?
I got the Yugoslavian one.
Yeah. Okay. So it kind of reminds you of that, right? And
it's not that big.
And it held 10 rounds. And this is 10 rounds of like 7.92 Mauser or something like that.
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah. So I was just wondering, I was like sitting there watching the video, go, man, I wonder what the outcome would have been if the Germans would have used those instead of just their bolt action Mausers. If they would have actually had those before the war started.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we had the M1, but we were late to the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that the Germans were inventing, and thank goodness it didn't come till like the very tail end of the war, like the jets.
The jets, yeah.
A lot of that shit would have kicked our ass, but thank God they didn't invent it fast enough. It's like, phew. No, the one I have, the Yugoslavian one I had was the last FU that the Yugoslavian people said to the Russians, because the Russians wanted to make it the AK round. And they said, no, we'll use our own. Thank you. Fuck off. Because you can find that same rifle that takes 7.62 by 39 also.
Really?
Yeah. The only problem was it's really hard getting bullets.
Bullets. Yeah. There's no good deals on milsurp anymore, man.
No. I got 2 30 caliber cans full. I bought them 2 separate occasions. The one can I got works really good, except for it's corrosive. The other can I got, every single round is a hang fire or it doesn't go off at all. I don't know what happened to those, but they suck. And the thing is, they're all, I think they're steel case. They like steel with brass coating. Did they do that?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Coated? I don't know, but they blow. If
I've
I
got
could reload them, I would do it. You know,
I got a bunch of 7.62 by 54R. The Russian, like the Mosin Nagant rounds,
yeah.
they're Belgium. They're Belgium made.
Now, see, they made a semi-auto for that round also, somewhere out there.
Yeah, yeah. That's the one. That's what I thought you had, but I guess you don't.
Nope.
Yeah,
that'd be like shooting a 30-06.
Yeah, it's kind of like the VT or some VRT or something. I don't know. So
mine is a VZ.
Yeah, it basically looks like yours, I think, except for it shoots the 7.62 by 54R.
Yeah, big old clip.
But
we're putting Dish to sleep with the gun talk.
No, you're fine.
But the like the Italian, what are they, the Carcanos or whatever? Those are about the only ones you can get cheap anymore as far as milsurp.
Yeah. Yeah, SKSs are up around like $600 or $800 now. It's ridiculous.
You know what's ridiculous is the price of a freaking Mini 14.
And I don't understand. They're not that popular, really.
Right. I mean, there's things that I want. I do want an SKS. I do want a Mini 14.
I love my Mini 14.
I think I want to do a AR build like the full size 20-inch barrel, like with the triangle foregrip, like the Vietnam style M16.
Yeah.
With the carry handle and all that. Just your classic, what is it, M1A or MA1 or whatever it is?
M16A1, M1A.
Yeah, so.
And technically the one the Army adopted had the bird cage, not the 4-prong. The 4-prong looks cooler, but it was actually giving the soldiers problems because it would catch the grass and vines and shit. That's why they come up with the bird cage with the ring around the front. So officially, that's the one the military adopted. I like mine. Man, it's a total different animal than the AR. Totally different animal.
That little AR pistol I have, that thing is loud as hell. But it's so fun to shoot.
I'm pretty impressed with that little 17 I was sending you the info on the other day.
Oh, the 17.556? Jesus. That thing was traveling at 5,100 feet. Dude, it was a mile per second. It was traveling a mile per second.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
That's crazy. You see it blow them watermelons up when he shot that watermelon?
Yeah. Gone. Disintegrated. And did you notice them solid brass bullets? Just saying.
I wonder how much that round is, though. Did you say about 35 cents?
That's for the brass. Once fired reshaped brass. Whereas something like the Remington something 17, they got one. It's like $1.30 a piece for the brass. So reloading it is cheap. So that means if you buy loaded rounds, they'll be cheaper than some other hybrid, 17. So, and all you got to do in the barrel, the barrel for your AR is $200. That's all you need because it goes in the same mags.
Yeah.
So there's your coyote gun, or
pretty nasty.
Whatever you want to use a hardened 17 caliber bullet for.
Yeah, I'm pretty okay with, because I got 223 Wild, so, and I've got it set up. It's got the stainless barrel on it, and I put a bipod on it and the scope. So I even went out and bought me a 10-round magazine. That way I could lay it on some sandbags and not have the magazine. You know what I mean? So I can reach out there to shoot the long range with it.
In this state, to hunt with it, you have to use a 5-round mag. It's like wah, wah, wah. But I do see their point for safety about ding dongs that shoot at running deer. You imagine some guy just letting loose all the way across the field, and you have to accommodate for
we're only allowed to have We're only allowed to have 3 in for deer season.
3?
3 is all we're allowed to have.
Oh,
so and it's convenient for like my shotgun because you can spend $20 and buy a plug from Mossberg or Remington or whatever, or you can just take a number 2 pencil and drop it in there, and it works just as the same.
Yeah. Or a stick.
I like the number 2 pencil because I put the eraser first. That way it has that little bit of rubber
Makes sense.
Yeah.
They do make pencils with erasers on both ends. It's like a novelty joke, but they make them. That would be perfect. I got to find a plug for my Mossberg 500 that I bought. Basically, they took like a 1/4-inch dowel and cut it off and threw it in there and wrote Mossberg on it.
Yeah.
It came with the gun.
I've got that Maverick 88 and 20 gauge, and I guess the 500 furniture all fits the Maverick. So I'm thinking I might, if I can, I don't know. It's got a 26-inch barrel. I've got a 500 with it, like a 20-inch barrel. So I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe might just leave them. Let's just go buy another. What I really want is one of them knockoff like Panzer M4s, the Benelli knockoffs. I'd like to have Benelli, but I won't pay that much for a damn shotgun. So
they're awesome, but I can't fork out that kind of money.
I mean, I'm not going to war, so I don't. You know what I mean? When I buy a knockoff of a gun that does the same job, but people are like, well, it's not as good as Benelli if you're in war and blah blah. I don't plan on going to war. You know what I mean? But it's cool to have one. Because I haven't had a semi-auto shotgun in a long time.
Me either. Although you got to be careful with semi-autos because the one I bought is called a Con, and I was told it was a sub company of MCK. What's up? One of the big companies. It's like a sub company, but it's made in Turkey or Istanbul or someplace.
Yeah, Winchester has a lot of Winchester. All the Winchester guns are made in Turkey now, I think.
Well, the guts in that piece of crap cracked. The carrier for the bolt and everything that goes back and forth, the end of it's cracking.
Yeah, all them damn shotguns, just about every shotgun, unless you buy a Mossberg or a Remington, Benelli, or Stoger or what's it called?
Yeah, Stogers are made by Benelli, but Stogers are great.
Yeah, Stoger is actually owned by Beretta.
Beretta, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But it's
Benelli,
like
they're all B's.
Yeah, they're Italian, whatever. But it's like, unless you're buying one of those, it's probably going to be a Turkish gun, Turkish or Chinese.
Well, don't ever buy a Con. I can't even find parts for it to replace that piece. Like,
is it like KAHN?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen them before. I just don't know a whole lot about them.
Yeah, it was a deal, and I was duck hunting at the time. I said, man, I can get into a semi-auto and not have to buy a used gun. And that thing shot so soft, it's like you didn't even know it went off sometimes. Really soft shooting. And I was cleaning it one day and broke it all down and looked, and the front has like this lug on it where it activates everything, and it was cracked. It started jamming first. I started calling it the Jam-O-Matic.
Well, that's the thing. If anybody ever, asked for my opinion or whatever,
we're all good now, MCK. The right person won the election.
I always, say that you can get into a Mossberg or a Remington 870 for right around $400. But I mean, if you don't have that, you can always go with the Maverick 88. Yeah. I mean, mine was less than $100. When I got mine.
Well, this one was cheap. It was like 200 or something like that.
Right, but there's plenty of.
And at the time, I was married to a person that used to get upset when I would buy something for myself. God forbid.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of sneak into the arsenal.
Black Friday or right before Christmas or whatever, a lot of times you can get one of them like 870 Express with like the field barrel and the slug barrel for like $349, and you really can't beat that. Vice versa, Mossberg 500 too, about the same price. Just pick your poison, whichever one you like best. I was always an 870 guy. I like the 870s, but ever since
I like them, but
ones aren't as good.
Everyone I've ever done, it felt like it was too tight. Too tight. I mean, it was like you had to really.
Yeah, see now.
Hard to rack.
My 870, you got the button that you push by the trigger that releases the pump. You can basically hold it up like this, push that button, and the pump's just going to go fall on its own.
It's broke in.
Yeah. Well, it's made in 1960, 68 or 69. And it's one of the old King Masters with the pheasant engraved on it and everything like that. So
say 69, it sounds better.
Yeah.
See, Dish caught it.
But I have that Mossberg 500. It was from the 80s. It's got the gold trigger on it. You remember those?
Yep.
And then of course I got that Maverick 88, which I got that not too long ago, less than 2 years ago. I think, maybe more. I don't know. But it was cheap, and it's only a 20 gauge, but it's got a 26-inch barrel, ventilated rib barrel on it. Plastic stocks or whatever. It's the one you grab when you want to go in the bush and beat the hell out of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You don't want to scratch, because I used to use that 870 to hunt everything, but I don't want to scratch it all up because it was my dad's.
Gotcha.
What I like to have is an old Ithaca back. I used to have an Ithaca. I had 2 Ithacas.
I love my old Ithaca. I bought that gun used. It came with 2 barrels, a long barrel and a short barrel, and I think I paid like $129 for it. It's absolutely beautiful. I love that gun, but I don't like shooting duck loads in it because they're pretty powerful, and it beats the living crap out of that poor old thing.
Yeah.
But I'll use it for rabbit hunting and stuff.
My first shotgun was an Ithaca Model 66. It was a single shot, and it looked like a lever action, and that's how you broke it down. You pulled the lever and you broke it down that way.
Yep.
And it had a hammer on it. That was awesome.
And now I have to buy me a 410 because somebody gave me a box of 410 shells.
Oh,
now
yeah, you got to go buy.
Yeah, I need a 410 now.
I mean, that's,
definitely.
I found like 3 boxes of 22 Magnum in one of my ammo boxes, and I had to go buy a Heritage Rough Rider with the 22 Magnum cylinder just so I could have something to shoot it out of.
Yeah, it's kind of like finding an AR spring on your basement floor.
Oh, now
to build another one.
Now I got to build another one. Yeah.
It's addicting. I had to force myself not to buy any more parts. It's fun.
I don't like the last one I did. I wasn't a build. The one I did build the one. I did everything. On the 223 Wild, but on that pistol, it was just, I'm going to call it an assembly job, because basically I bought everything I bought a complete lower, and then I bought an upper, but then I had to buy like charging handle, bolt carry group, and then I bought a different trigger for it, stuff like that. So that was more of as a symbol than a build. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I built 4.
Oh, I picked up a AR-15 armorer's tool. Like the long one, like that has all the stuff 8-in-1. We went to one of these places around us. I don't know if you guys got them by you. They're called like Ben's or whatever. It's all like wholesale returns and stuff, and they throw them in these bins. And on like Monday, they're $3. Like anything in the box is $3. Tuesday, they're $5. On Sunday, they're $20. It's one of those weird places like that. And me and my wife went in there just to like waste some time, because we had an appointment and we had to waste like 45 minutes. So we walked into the bin store that was right next door to the place, and we're digging around, and it was like a $5 day. And I was like, I picked up this little tiny box, and it was like an Amazon return, and you could tell it was like some jewelry or something. I said, so you want me to pay $5 for this? Or I can pay $5 for this big box, and it's like a computer like thing that you sit over top of your, when you're sitting at the desk or whatever, or sitting on a chair or laying in bed, you can have a computer thing. And the girl's like, yeah. She's like, the stuff that's small, usually people pick it up on Dollar Day or whatever. And I was like, oh. So I'm digging through boxes, and I'm trying to move this box, and it won't go back to where I want it to go. I'm like, what the hell's, something's holding it up. So I pick it up and move some shit over, and there was this armorer's tool sitting there in a bag. And I was like, holy shit. And I picked it up. I was like, what the fuck? Of all places to find an armorer's tool. And I said, so this is only $5. They're like 30 online. So I went and bought it instantly. I was like, so there you go. Here's take my money.
MCK just put a 20-inch wild barrel, put together a 20-inch wild barrel. How do you like your 223 wild?
Well, mine's a 16-inch, but it's stainless, and it's more of the heavy barrel type. So it's made for, more of like a long range thing. But I like it. Mine's a side charger. It's just a Bear Creek Arsenal one. The one I got is the upper, but I don't see any I have not seen like any major differences. They're talking about the tolerances are better for 5.56 and 223 out of the 223 wild barrel.
Yeah,
but yeah, I at the distances I'm shooting and stuff, I really can't tell the difference between that and then like my Smith & Wesson M&P,
Well, he's going with a 20-inch barrel. Sounds like he's trying to get it.
Yeah, he's trying to reach out and touch somebody.
Dial in. What's up, you guys?
Cigarette, Steve?
Sure. Hey, look at that. Thank you.
Hey, Shalisa. Hey, Steve.
That reminded me of high school. Man, can I hit that? Out at the corner by the bus stop.
Yeah.
Don't hotbox it.
Oh, shit.
On a pouch.
Or end lip it.
Cool, MCK. I had a feeling you went with a 20-inch barrel. Plus, you get a little bit, feet per second. A few more feet per second, too. Yeah, just kind of turn into a gun chat instead of a food chat.
Right.
That's because Shalise wasn't here to turn it into a food chat like she always does.
Right.
I kid. It's usually me.
She has cut back on the snacks. That's why you don't.
Peach rings.
Well, it's
I
because
got chicken and biscuits sitting right here.
Ooh,
I don't know who these are, but I'm going to eat a few of them.
Chicken and a biscuit. Oh yeah. What were you?
Those peach rings are the only gummy that I love.
Oh yeah.
Oh, honey buns.
Oh my God.
Honey buns. Look at there.
I got some of those Hostess
All
pink
I got
snowballs.
here is
And just like that, it's a food chat.
Frosted fudge.
Ohio.
I got the 5-year-old Twizzlers.
I make Ohio hungry for some reason.
You got all the hunting snacks there, Gear.
Right? Go out hunting, get all sugared up. That way, if you got to chase them down, you can.
Yeah.
Your bait.
Wait, who'd we lose?
Gunpowder.
Gunpowder.
Did she was saying something just before she left. Oh. Ohio must have threw her off because she said something about, look who turned this into a food chat. Did Ohio throw you off for mentioning food chat?
No, my phone popped up with a legal agreement for StreamYard. It was weird.
Wow.
No, she was reaching for the ho-hos and dropped her phone.
Her booby hit the off button.
Damn it. I thought I took down that camera. Why are you busting me out like that?
Yeah, I got her on picture in a picture up in the corner. I can see her.
Where's Mikey D at tonight?
Sleeping.
He's licking his wounds, man. His presidential candidate lost, so we're not going to see from him for a while, probably.
When did he say he was going to hunting camp?
After Thanksgiving, I think he said.
Yep, that's right. Thanksgiving is his opening day or something.
I don't like that cake mix. I want to try a different brand next time.
That's weird that it's so late.
It's cheaper to buy the cake mix instead of the Debbie snacks, and it's better too.
Yeah, then if I do that, then there's a box of cake mix sitting on my kitchen table for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Who's going to bake the cake?
You should.
Who's going to wash the dishes? Not me. Ain't got no time for that.
Yeah, there you go. I work. I ain't got no time for that.
He made the cake. He made the birthday cake, and the kids were got crazy reactions.
It looked pretty awesome.
It was an ugly cake. It was a Frankenstein cake in the end, but kids just loved it because I used a buttercream frosting.
Oh yeah,
butterscotch flavor and butterscotch pudding in between the layers of the cake, and then butterscotch chocolate chips and sprinkles and all kinds of
the
shit.
The kid wanted a butterscotch cake for his birthday, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm like, okay, butter cake, butterscotch flavoring, butter something frosting, and buttercream frosting, and we just dumped butterscotch flavor in it, and we added the butterscotch pudding in the middle, so it was like a custard cake.
Ooh, I love those.
And yeah, it was wild, but every time one of the kids tried it, because we had some come later, and they're like, no way you made this.
Rich
butter.
Lit up, and then by the end, they had like 3 or 4 bites and they slowed down, but it's so rich and so full of sugar. They're like, man, I am done.
Started Ohio.
What's that?
See what you started.
How did I start it?
Food chat.
I don't know, but after listening to how y'all made that cake, I sat there and gained 10 pounds listening to this conversation. So thank y'all.
Got me with a butterscotch pudding in the middle.
Yeah.
Butterscotch.
Damn it, now I'm hungry.
Butter. Can't believe it's not butter. Build back better.
I was like, what were you getting the stick of butter out for? It's a cake mix. It actually called for almost a whole stick of butter. Usually it calls for oil.
It was rich.
I had cornbread with custard in the middle of it before. That was flipping awesome.
And when it was whipped frosting, so it wasn't real thick and greasy. It was nice and light.
Bless you.
Yeah, and it was easy to work with, so I could salvage the cakes.
Glue it back together.
Yeah. But that happens. I mean, we're not a professional bakery, so we can't go through, a baker's dozen to get perfect cakes.
It's actually cheaper to buy them made.
You want to know my secret easy recipe to peanut butter fudge?
If you say it's got a can of condensed milk, I'm gonna punch you.
Nope. No milk at all. You take I use low sodium peanut butter because for some reason regular peanut butter just makes it's got a lot of salt. It tastes a little bit salty, but so I use low sodium peanut butter. You get like a regular jar of peanut butter and you melt that shit in the microwave. And then you take a can, not a can, but like a plastic container of like cake frosting, like vanilla cake frosting, and you melt that in the microwave. And you mix them together in a bowl and stir it together. Pour it in your little like casserole dish or whatever, and put it in the fridge. And boom, next day you got easy ass peanut butter fudge, and it tastes awesome.
It tastes like Reese's. Great.
That's good.
I guess it's more candy bars left over from Halloweeny.
Oh.
I know. Getting tired of candy bars.
And I seen a video the other day and I tried it and it worked. If you have not like the paper plates, like the flimsy ones, but the kind of thicker paper plates.
The good ones?
Yeah. If you take one of those and you give a couple little squirts or rub some butter on it, whatever, or some butter spray, crack your 2 or 3 eggs on there, take another plate, cover it up, put it in the microwave for like, 50 seconds. You've got eggs, easy side up eggs, like fried eggs. Put a little salt and pepper on them, and you're like, I seen it. I was like, I'm trying this. I'm trying it. So I tried it. I ate eggs every day for a week for breakfast. Two eggs and 2 pieces of toast.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't sleep with him.
Susie made scrambled eggs in a bowl in the microwave the other day and overcooked it.
Oh no!
She had to soak the bowl for about 4 hours to get that.
Oh,
that shit was crunchy.
Oh
Yeah.
man!
Yeah, make sure you spray that bowl with some cooking spray.
Yeah.
And you guys like pickled eggs?
Mikey D does. He did a video.
No.
I'm sure they would taste fine, but that's like double deucing the scariness of the fart.
You know what? I haven't had a pickled egg since I was a kid, and the ones that my mom used to make, like during Easter, were like the ones with the red beets in them.
Mm-hmm.
Where they cut the beets up and put it in a jar. And I thought that was terrible. I haven't had one since. So I don't know. I maybe I should try a pickled egg again. I might like it now that I'm an adult.
I'm not a big
Mine with a hard-boiled egg every once in a while.
hard-boiled eggs at Easter time is like my favorite breakfast. A couple hard-boiled eggs and some toast.
Salt shaker.
Just enough where the white is kind of pink and blue and yellow because the dye went through the shell. Yeah.
Those are the ones you have to eat first.
That makes it taste better with that dye on it.
How about those Yankees?
What's Gear up to? He look like he's up to no good.
You've been outed, Gear.
It's like, what's he up to? He's got that look on his face.
He looks like he's over there stuffing Democratic votes in a ballot box.
I demand a recount. This cannot be right.
Oh my God, Gary, you should do a video, just do like total like woke meltdown video. And at the very end, just change it, be like, just kidding. You know, Trump train, baby. Woo woo.
There you go.
Got you a woke wig, eh?
Hey, the good thing is nowadays you don't have to shave. Put the wig on and go.
You guys know who Destiny is on YouTube?
I know the name.
He's some like left-leaning political guy, and he always is just fucking with people constantly or whatever. And all of his people, all of his fans post these videos where like Destiny annihilates, you know, conservative talk show host or whatever. And it's just like, no, he doesn't. I mean, it's just bullshit. He just hits the talking points over and over again. Is all he does, right? I seen this video this morning. This guy, I guess this guy was like a Proud Boy or something. I don't know. And they were going back and forth and arguing. He's like, "You're not even a real." He's like, "You're a piece of shit. You're not even a real man." He's like, "I'm more man." He's like, and he yells at him. He's like, "You let men fuck you in the ass." He's like, "You're not a real man," or something. I was like, "Oh, that escalated quickly." It's like, holy shit, these guys are going after each other.
What did I walk into?
Mm-hmm. I was like, and this was kind of a bigger channel that played it on like a replay or something this morning.
Well, they are kind of starting to eat their own.
Most all that shit is noise. Irrelevant.
Yeah,
you see the interview with like Elon Musk's parents, where they're like, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris gave Elon no choice because they were putting too many regulations on him, just on SpaceX, not on other. Like he wasn't getting the same like he was getting more regulations than like Boeing and all those, and like Jeff Bezos has the space thing, and then
right?
That other rich guy that has Virgin Records or whatever, he has some. Like Richard Branson or something, he has a space program too, and all these guys aren't getting the same regulations. It's like,
really?
Yeah, let SpaceX do their thing, man. They're the only reason why we're still in space right now. You know.
Well, Elon said as payback, they're taking away government contracts and stuff from them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for coming out as a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
But that'll change in 2 months. So my thing is, Elon can go get those those astronauts from the Boeing that are stuck on the space station, that are going to be stuck there until next year if somebody doesn't get them. Could you imagine going up to the space station and then having the company that sent you up there being like, "Well, we fucked up. Our spaceship doesn't work anymore, and we can't come get you."
I'm sorry. That always fixes it, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, do us a favor and breathe less so you'll last longer.
I mean, that would just, oh my God. If I ever made it back to Earth, there'd be some ass whippings going on. You know what I mean?
You ain't kidding.
Yeah, making threats would be the last thing you'd want to do while you were stuck up there.
Right. But once I hit solid ground and got my legs back to, because it takes a day or two to get back to normal.
Yeah.
Longer.
That's what I was going to say. You wouldn't be able to walk.
Have you ever heard mechanics talking about wanting to have a sit down with an engineer?
Oh yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
So you look at these new cars, man, and you go, well, they're not even new cars, because my mom had an '88 Buick Regal. And in order to change the damn plugs in that thing, you had to loosen the motor mounts and tilt the motor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
If
this
you
is
can't,
insane. Whoever came up with this, whoever came up with that idea needs to be drug out in the street and shot.
Thanks for stopping by, MCK. Enjoy your time in the man cave.
Bat cave.
Yeah, anymore you've got to drop the whole dang on cage that the motor and transmission sits in just to change the spark plugs.
This poor guy. Oh man, thank you for getting those spark plugs changed.
Yeah. She's got a Chevy Venture
It's a
and
minivan.
on one side the 3 plugs are right next to the firewall. So I had to do exactly what you said there, Ohio.
Yeah. So it's probably the same concept. GM car, front wheel drive, sitting in there sideways.
Sideways motor.
Yeah, just like any other GM model that,
No
See
real-
me, I'd rip the carpet out and drill a hole through the firewall for each plug. And then put the carpet jack over it.
it would have been nice to have a doghouse. I could just pop the doghouse out.
Yeah.
Bada boom, bada bing. I'd be done.
Right.
doghouse. Is that the casing around the motor like in most older vans?
The hump.
Yeah.
It never goes back on quite right.
Right. Well, I mean, I just remember my uncle had an old Ford van, and that's where I used to sit. I'd sit on that because it was always warm in the wintertime.
Yeah, we all. Yep. Me and Ohio both grew up in the 80s.
I get to tear my whole dashboard apart to put in new heater controls.
Oh boy.
Not looking forward to that. I got to watch a couple of YouTube videos, but the thing is, it's hard to find a van on there. It's all trucks, and they're different.
Yeah.
They're easier than the van is. It's like, damn it.
All right. So I have to admit this. This is a parent failure. I'm at work the other night and the phone rings. It's my son. He's like, Dad, there's something wrong with the car. I said, what's wrong with it? He's like, it's making a real weird noise and it won't go very fast. And I was like, what? He's like, listen. So he sticks his phone out the window. Is that not a genius fucking plan? Because I'm going to hear the noise that he hears with the wind going past the cell phone.
He's going down the road.
Yeah, he's just holding down the road. Like, listen, you hear that? And I'm like, no, all I hear is fucking wind, right? He's like, it just won't go. And I was like, where you at? He's like, well, me and Jacob are going to the Pickle. It's like, a bar over in Kent or whatever, where they play with the bands play and stuff. And I was like, well, maybe if your car's not running right, you shouldn't go to the Pickle. You should probably make sure you get it home. He's like, well, we're just pulling in. I'll call you right back. Half hour goes by. He calls me laughing. I figured out what it was. What was it? I hit it in sport mode and didn't realize it because it's got the sport mode where it turns it like the park, neutral, reverse, drive, and then if you take it down one more, it goes to the sport mode, and then you can slap the stick like you're changing gears like in a standard.
Yeah.
So basically, he drove from one town to another town at 35 mile an hour in first gear. I was like, damn, good thing you didn't burn the transmission or blow the motor up.
I was thinking you were going to say he went past drive into second or third.
I'm still trying to figure out, why is that a bad dad moment?
Because I should have taught him better to know the sport mode in the car and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. You got to let them learn certain things on their own. Shit, I did that for 4 days in my old Galaxy 500. Couldn't figure out why it wouldn't shift into drive. It was in like second gear. I could top out at 45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I said, there's got to be something wrong with the linkage or something. I'm checking, can't find shit. Of course, the next day I got to drive somewhere. So 2 or 3 days of driving it, wound out at 45 miles an hour. If I could even go that fast. I finally crawl under there again and looking over it, and there was a corn stalk stuck in between something and something else that wouldn't allow it to shift. I'm like, holy crap.
Now,
And I was relieved. I thought my transmission was shot.
Now, I've backed out of the driveway before and I realized, like, oh man, that car's coming faster than I thought. So you go ahead and slap the stick real quick and then you take off. And then it go past drive and go into like second or low. And then you're like, whoa, and it just won't go. You're like, oh shit. Then you put it up in drive and then you're on your way. Couple seconds of being stupid. But I've never drove the next town over full bore first gear.
I did a couple of times.
I sure hope you had enough oil in your engine. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't revving it that high. I knew better than to do that, but it was real peppy though.
So
somebody behind you, Gear. Don't
watch out, Gear. Somebody behind you stealing your pop. Stealing a soda, whatever. What are they stealing?
Did you unplug your camera in the van?
Of course I did.
Okay.
So, yeah, what were we talking about?
Thank you, honey.
Kid getting a warm soda when there's cold ones in the fridge.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll drink them warm. I don't care.
Some people, aka Susie, would rather have her soda room temperature.
It doesn't give you as much like gas and indigestion, yeah. Especially that Dr. Pepper.
You know what? If you're a beer drinker, room temperature beer is good too.
We used to say that warm beer got you drunk faster back in the days.
I always thought warm beer made you pee more for some reason. It might have been in my head.
To me, warm beer tastes just as shitty as cold beer. I'm not a beer guy.
Really?
Yeah.
We come up with the idea that it doesn't have to slow down through your system to warm up. You know what I mean? Right. It doesn't have to be, warmed up. So it just goes right through the bladder and straight out the hose.
Well, they said for years, nutritionists and stuff, that not warm water, but room temperature water is better for you than cold water.
Yeah, and cold water, if you're working out or exercising or whatever, drinking cold water is actually really bad for you, I guess. So the reason right there that cold water while working out is bad for you is the reason why I don't work out.
Yeah, perfect reasoning to me.
I mean, if you don't work out, you don't have to worry about drinking, cold water.
That's right. God dang it.
I used to drop a gummy in hot boiling water, add a little bit of that Country Time lemonade mix in there. And instead of eating a gummy, I'd drink it in hot. Man, I get stoned really fast.
I was going to ask you, are you afraid
like a gummy bear?
No, gummy, like a adult gummy. Cannabis.
Edibles.
Weed.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. I'm usually, when I get off these chats on Saturday, I go to bed so I can be up at church in the morning for Sunday.
You lie. See, I would be afraid of drinking a liquid gummy, thinking all through my intestines it recoagulated. So you end up pooping out one big long gummy.
No, it'd just be coated with resin.
Yeah.
I seen a gummy rat one time, and I was just like, man, I mean, this thing was about like, the body was about like that, but then it had a real long tail, and it was gummy, and I was like, it was like $17. I was like, who the hell's going to eat?
Yeah.
When they get that big, I'm sorry, they don't taste good.
Big salamanders and shit out west.
We did buy a gummy bear. It was about this tall, about that wide. It was it was like, if you're holding it like that. But it was like the world's hottest gummy bear or something. It was like Diablo bear or something.
Lord.
Yeah, we cut like the arms and legs and head off of it, and everybody took like a little bite of it. That shit was bad. It was bad. I mean,
plus it's gummy, so it's nice and thick and not going away.
Well, you're chewing on it, and as you're chewing on it, your saliva's building up, and now your whole throat and usually it gets a little hot on your tongue, and you swallow it, and you're like, ugh. This was like your lips, and and then it's like you're slobbering because you're it's producing so much saliva, and like the outside of your face is all burning. Oh, it was bad.
Down your chin.
You're hurting the heart. Why do they make shit that hot, dude? That's not. I don't think it's funny. I mean, it is funny watching other people do it, but man,
they say people get a big old endorphin dump from super hot stuff, just like after sex.
So I think I'd rather have the sex.
Yeah, dirt. That's my vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the hot stuff.
My knees were hurting real bad one time.
Do what?
So my knees were hurting real bad one time, and I was at the store, and I was like, man, I need something for these knees. So I was looking for some type of like spray or roll-on type thing for help with the pain. And I seen this capsium, and I was like, oh, that looks like it works. Not thinking what capsium is. Capsium is the main ingredient in like mace and pepper spray, right? It's the hot part of the pepper. Capsium. So I buy this stuff, right? And it's in a bottle, and it's got like a little yellow sponge on it. And then you turn it upside down, you push it on your push down, and the sponge turns orange. So there's your hot ass Caspian. So I put it on my knees, and it's running down my thigh, or not on my thigh, but down my shin and everything. So I like wipe it up and I rub it in with my hands real good, right? My knees start burning on fire, right? So once the knees are burning, I'm realizing something. Oh shit. Now my hands are starting to burn, right?
Oh, cute.
I was like, I got to go wash my hands. So then I start washing my hands. It gets worse, right? Now I'm washing my hands, standing at the sink, and my knees are on. So it feels like someone's got a goddamn blowtorch on my knees. I was like, I can't take it no more. So I turn the shower on cold, and I jump in the shower just to get this shit off me, right? Not thinking, just being like the routine of getting in a shower as you get your body wet, get your hair wet, do your shampoo, right? Mistake, because I had Caspian all over my hands, shampoo, hot or water coming down. Now it's all over my body. It's between my toes, it's my ass crack, between my bat wings. I'm just burned up, dude. I am burning up. I'll never do that shit ever again. Somebody says, you need something for your knees? I need some ibuprofen. Give me two fucking ibuprofen. I don't want your damn Caspian.
I put that biofreeze on my lower back, that spray, and it dripped down the butt crack and all the way to the sensitive skin, and I was in the shower crying.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Yeah. No more biofreeze spray on the back. Mommy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Get you laying down.
Yeah, that shit was bad, dude. I mean, it's just basically mace that you put on your knees to get some heat, to make you think that your knee pain is going away because your goddamn skin's on fire so hot that you don't think about your arthritis pain. You think about your skin pain.
Knee pain? What knee pain?
Like a TENS unit.
Right.
Make you think about a different pain.
My buddy had one of those is it TENS unit or whatever, it puts the shock on you or whatever. And we were putting them on the inside of our arm and then on our wrist. And then turning up the high power. And then we were drinking beer and we were seeing who could actually pick their can up and take a drink of it while the TENS machine was on full blast. And you're all like, beer going everywhere.
I seen that crap on YouTube. It was pretty hilarious.
I like the things that they hook to the guys to make them simulate labor pains.
With electrical?
Those are some pretty funny videos. Yes, they strap. Well, I seen it. I think I was on like 2020 or Nightline or something. They did some things with the husbands or whatever, where they had to wear this like pregnancy like looking suit that gives you how much weight that a woman gains in that area, and how it pulls down on their like back and shoulders and everything, and they're so you're carrying the weight of like what a pregnant woman would carry, and so they're like wearing these. They're like, oh, this ain't too bad. And then like 4 hours into it, they're like, oh my God, my back's killing me. I can't. He's like, my boobs are tender. They're all like, oh my God, things rubbing them and everything. And they're like, okay, we simulated like that. Now we're going to simulate, going into labor. And they had these like electrodes on them or whatever. And dudes were just like screaming bloody murder, like, get this shit off me.
Well, they say if men could get pregnant, there'd be a lot less kids in the world.
Well, listen.
But on the other philosophy about showing you my pain, so next time I whack my thumb with a hammer, do I get to come in and hit my wife's thumb with a hammer? Just saying.
Well, here's my thing. I can prove that getting hit in the nuts is worse than child labor.
I don't know.
Because
I'm gonna throw punch both of y'all.
Wait, hang on. Have you been kicked in the nuts, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. Gear, have you been kicked in have you been kicked or hit in the nuts? Gear? He doesn't hear me. You been hitting the nuts? Kicked or hit in the nuts? Know that pain?
A few times.
Yeah, okay.
Zebra case.
So, never take a rape.
Kids, right? So I'm going to prove to you that getting hit in the nuts is worse than giving birth because, hey, Steve, can I kick you in the nuts again? No. But what do women do? I want another baby, like within a month after already having one. So yeah, but obviously it can't hurt that bad.
They got that maternal instinct.
It depends on the woman, the body, the pregnancy. It was nothing for me.
Well, good for
my
you.
cousin popped 3 of them out like it was nothing. But yeah, there's not a man on this planet that was like, okay, I want to get hit in the nuts again. But every woman is like, I want another baby.
That's true.
Nope.
But, you know what? Next time I'm in Ohio, I'm going to punch you in the dick.
Yeah. And I'll get him in the nuts.
Yep.
Hey, Ohio.
I'm sorry. You girls can't not threaten me with a good time like that.
Hey, Ohio, do you ever want to zip your end of your ding dong in your zipper again?
I've never done that to begin with. No. You know what? I did get I got the skin. I got the skin a little bit. Never like the actual tip or anything, but the actual skin God. I got one time.
I was in Kmart bathroom. I was so close to screaming for my mommy. It hurt so bad.
Now, I'll tell you what happened to me. I think this is what stunned my growth.
Yeah. I tell you what, I learned to tap dance that day though.
Oh yes. What got me, I think this stunned my growth, was when I was little. I was just tall enough to where I could stand up over the toilet and I could like rest it and like pee in the toilet. But the damn toilet seat came down and hit it one time, smash it. And my mom loves telling that story. Let me tell you, she loves telling that story. She's like, "Oh, his little thing was all black and blue."
God rest his soul. That happened to my little cousin 2 days after he was circumcised.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Resting on the what?
That's how you're short. You're a little kid. You're on your tippy toes, but you want to be a big boy and pee in the big boy toilet. So you get on your tippy toes and you get as close as you can, and then the toilet seat falls and whacka.
Get on your tippy toes and rest your pecker on the toilet seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the lid falls down on it.
Yep, I've had that happen.
See? It's pretty damn common, isn't it?
Yep. That's how they invented the game Mousetrap.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm not a guy.
That's why a lot of times guys will just piss on that toilet seat. They don't give a shit.
Revenge.
I ain't going near that lid. That thing starts to fall.
That's all right. I can clean up that piss with your toothbrush.
You know what? I've had that happen before too.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
where you walk in, you lift the toilet seat, because you got the lid and then the toilet seat, right? So you lift them both up and you put them against the tank, and you start doing your business, and you're about halfway through, and then you look down and you see the lid and the toilet seat starting to fall.
Creep.
So either you got to cut it off and grab it or something, or sometimes you just don't notice it and the toilet seat falls, and you're like, oh shit! Now you're pissing all over the top of the toilet lid.
When you're
Usually
young,
happens when you're intoxicated.
when you're young, you can pinch it off if you have to go to the bathroom. But when you get older, that stuff doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm at the age now. There's no pinching it off. I'll tell you that right now.
If I remember correctly, by the time I hit the toilet, I had to piss really bad. So,
Listen, there's
no damn toilet seat.
Overspray.
So, what is the average age of probably being potty trained? Probably about 3 to 4, probably
2.5, 3.
2.5, 3. Okay, so 2.5, 3. So from age 2.5 to like age 7, and then from like 47 on, there's a rule that you should not wear fucking bib overalls if you're a man, because I don't know how many times I couldn't get those damn things off when I was a kid and piss myself, and then now that I'm over 50, I wear them, and it's like as soon as I feel the urge, the damn thing's got to come off.
So that's why Uncle Louie smelled like pee all the time. He wore overalls.
Yeah, because you can't get the damn things off.
That man was old.
And then in the wintertime, you put on the Carhartts. You know how hard it is to get 3 inches of pecker outside of 6 inches of Carhartt? That's hard as hell.
Question going on. That and who invented button fly blue jeans?
Those are so sexy, though.
Oh,
I don't know, man. You can grab them and just pull them. They come loose. They're just.
I've had one pair, and it's like I almost pissed myself trying to get them undone in the bathroom. It's like, screw this.
Man, I loved my Levi button fly.
They were brand new, though, so they were kind of hard.
I get to the point now where I don't even, because I wear a lot of like athletic shorts, and I don't even try to untie them. I just go straight for grabbing the leg and pulling the leg up, going out the leg.
That's just.
I ain't got time to mess with that string. Because every time, and you got to go, and you get in the bathroom, you shut the door, you lift the lid, you pull the string, and you pull the wrong one. Now there's a fucking knot in your string, so now you can't get your pants down at all. So you got to go through the leg. You got to lift the leg up.
Well, that's why you wear them girly panties, because they're easier to pull off to the side.
He wore granny panties. What are you talking about?
I don't know about you guys, but I am thankful, like, you're out on the road and you really had to piss. You can at least pull off the road and get a map or something to look at while you're taking a piss. Everybody's thinking they're looking at something on your car now. Looking at the map, la-di-da-di-da, and taking a piss.
They're actually driving by going, look at that dumbass. He's still using a paper map.
That old man that was, I thought for sure this old man, he was pumping his gas. I thought the gas was leaking out. Turned out he was taking a pee while he was dumping his gas.
Right at the station?
It was in the
you drive by, you see Steve.
Some people are way too shy for that simple little.
You drive by the road and you see Steve standing on by the side of his car holding up a big paper map, and you go, oh, I bet he's taking a piss. Nobody carries a paper map anymore except for people that be on the side of the road.
If I had to, I could pull off the side of the road, but I'd take a 1/4-mile hike back in the woods.
I'm afraid to pull over on the side of the road to pee because it'd be just my luck. A cop would come by and I'd have to register as a sex offender the rest of my life.
Yeah, they'll nail you.
Just for peeing, because it happens.
Wait, you can get arrested for peeing on the side of the road?
Yeah. It's indecent exposure, yeah.
Of course, they wouldn't do it to most women. They'd let them slide.
I'm thinking about all the times going to Missouri, I've had to pull over because the oldest redhead will sit there and be like, I've got to pay. And there's nothing in sight. It's just a dark road, 2-lane highway. And you don't know when the next freaking gas station or rest stop is going to be.
Right.
I tell you what, one of the funny, we were camping at like a campground, and we were in a tent, and I think we just got done going swimming, and we were coming back, and it was me and the wife and the two boys in our tent, and my buddy and his wife, and then some other people and their kids and their tent. And we had like tents in like a U around like the fire pit or whatever. But my youngest, man, he was maybe 3, and my wife was like drying him off from the swimming pool, and she was about to change his clothes. So she pulls down, his swimming trunks to change his clothes and dry him off, and he starts doing the pee pee dance, right? And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "I gotta pee, I gotta pee." And she's like, and we're in the tent, right? So she's like, go outside, and she unzips it, right? And he takes off, and he just runs, and he's buck ass naked, man. And he runs, and he runs out, and she's like, "Where do I go? Where do I go?" And she's like, "Just by a tree." And okay, so there's like 4 or 5 trees right there, but for some reason he honed in on the tree that was like 3 campsites over, and he went barreling for this tree, running across the campground, naked as a jaybird, man. And he gets over there and pees, and there was this older guy sitting there by the campfire, and he goes, "Yep, I've been there before."
That's funny.
Oh man.
Oh.
That's a heck of a yawn.
Yeah,
It's early.
So, look, we're talking about you were talking about bodily functions instead of food chat. I was trying to talk about guns, but Shalise came in and
Made you think about food.
made Gear bring up all these little Debbies and shit.
Does anybody know how much it costs to do an ultrasonic cleaning on a gun? Asking for a friend.
Go to Harbor Freight and buy one. They're pretty cheap at Harbor Freight, actually.
Oh, really?
How much does it cost?
Yeah. You'll be sticking everything in there, cleaning it. And they usually never need it unless they're like been in a closet for like 300 years.
I'm thirsty.
A lot of people are saying for like guns and whatever, like most armories and stuff are charging somewhere around $30.
Oh, that ain't bad. I was thinking hundreds for some reason.
Wow. These things are, Jesus, these are expensive if you want to buy your own, like, specifically made ones for, like, gun cleaning or whatever.
Yeah, the Harbor Freight, you won't be able to get your barrel in there, but you can get all the important little pieces in there.
Harbor Freight sonic cleaner.
And they're pretty good size. A little simple green and water.
There's different ones. Here's a Magnasonic professional cleaner for $33 on Amazon.
Yeah.
What's that for you?
Magnasonic?
That's what it says. Ultrasonic cleaner. Magnasonic is the name brand. It looks pretty small though. It looks like it's for like jewelry. Tilt again.
Look like an alien.
I don't know. Let me
see the 2 black eyes.
There we go. Oh, there it is.
That's a damn roaster.
It's a crock pot, right? Harbor Freight's got one for $180, but this one looks pretty big. Central Machinery Ultrasound Harbor Freight. Oh, here's one for $89 at Harbor Freight.
Garbage like my label.
Just put it in the sink with some soapy water and stick a vibrator in there.
Yeah, they got. And the funny thing is, they got gun parts next to it.
Huh.
They got a barrel and a spring and brass. That's $90 at Harbor Freight.
Cool.
A barrel? Oh, pistol barrel.
Yeah, pistol barrel. I have one of my descendants standing over me with his phone, so he's obviously got to show me something.
Donald Trump, who tried to forcibly overturn the results of the last election, was returned to office by an overwhelming majority.
This is the same Donald Trump who openly called for vengeance against his political enemies.
Yeah, thanks to the Supreme Court, there are no guardrails. Nothing to protect the people who are brave enough to speak out against.
Is this real?
That's why we at SNL would like to say to Donald Trump, we have been with you all along.
We have never wavered in our support.
Isn't that funny how you listen at the screen, but my speakers are way over here?
Not the state believed in you.
Every single person on the stage voted for you.
No, I guess not.
We see ourselves in you. We look at you and think, that's me. And I want my future children to look up to.
Your Honor, we know that you say things that are controversial sometimes, but really you're just speaking the truth. Now, a mainstream media, Michael Che, tries to spin it to make you look foolish.
Now I'm getting curious.
It's a Saturday Night Live skit.
Oh, screw them. They're not funny anymore.
Oh, please.
I don't know, man. They actually picked on fucking Tim Walz and Kamala Harris pretty good. They picked on Tim Walz bad. Where's the one?
Kamala?
They were showing the one girl like Kamala, and she was Maya Rudolph, and she's sitting there and she's like, "Oh God," and they're like, "It's okay." Like they got a guy playing her husband. Tim's a professional. He knows what he's doing. He's done this a lot. Yeah, but I'm just worried he might say something off the wall. Now he won't say anything off the wall or whatever. And they flip to the guy that's supposed to be like Tim Walz. He's like, I'm friends with school shooters. And she's got like a glass of wine and she just breaks it. And
I did sure notice he disappeared mighty quick. Where'd he go?
Actually, he made a pretty good speech, honestly. And he talked about being able to hope that Donald Trump, is successful at doing, trying to get the country back on track and everything. So,
after he called him Hitler and stuff, now he wants to be buddies. Right. Oh, got you. I think they're scared. That's what I think. And there was people saying all them stars that come out the back, Kamala, were all Epstein Island visitors, so they were threatened to do it or else. And Diddy visitors. You ever seen a green Kit Kat? That's just wrong.
Yeah, I just seen them the other day.
Okay, Dish, do you break them or do you just bite it?
Just bite it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I figured you were a breaker.
What are we breaking?
Green Kit Kat.
Kit Kat, do you just bite it or do you always break them?
You break it.
See?
It's part of the song. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
It'll be fine.
I'll chew it up and spit it in your mouth.
Here you go.
He's out there. He's doing his thing, whatever that may be.
Just relax. You haven't had a night off in 3 months. Do you want to watch something less stressful like the Menendez Brothers show?
Here, you take that Nestle bar and dip it in a peanut butter jar.
Oh, Josh.
Tim will be fine. It's not like he's going to say something crazy.
I've become friends with school shooters.
Okay, that was pretty good.
There.
Yeah, they did like a 13-minute cold open, and it was pretty. They ragged on Kamala and Tim Walz pretty bad. I don't think they have a choice. When you see when you see it, the victory that he had, and he won the popular vote and the electoral vote, you know, you have to pretty much give the people what the people want. You know what I mean? Except for people like Jimmy Kimmel and those dumbasses.
They razz Trump a lot too, so it's, you know, what's fair is fair.
Jimmy Kimmel, a grown-ass man, was crying on national television about
I
the
saw
fucking
that.
president. Jesus. And you know what kills me is that motherfucker used to do blackface and used to like, yeah. And he used to do the man show, and he used to have like half naked women on there and chugging beers and just talking, you know, locker room talk. Remember Trump said grab him by the pussy? He said way worse shit than that on that man show.
Yeah. Is that the one that had the trampoline stuff on it?
Yeah, at the end, the girls on the tramp. They always end their show with the girls on the trampoline.
Yeah,
girls. Yeah.
Yep, that was it.
Yep. All he's got to say is, "Well, I've seen my wrongs and I've changed."
My bad.
He's like RJ.
Cornbread birthday cake. That's hardcore. That's hardcore right there. Now I want cornbread with a little bit of honey on it. Mmm.
Damn it, quit making me hungry. I really don't
He
want
brought
to
up
fire
food
up the
again.
freaking oven.
Ohio.
I did not.
I didn't even say a word. I come and join the chat, and your mouth starts opening up about food when you guys were talking about guns, and you changed the subject, and you tried to blame me.
Hate knives are pretty cool. Great dish.
In 2024, and if he's got a swearing, we're in prison. Don't you move me over to the supper, Secret Service at the door, cause I'm voting for a failing in 2024.
What was that? I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Shut up, cat.
I'm voting for a failing in 2024. And if he's got a swearing, we're in prison. Don't you move it over to the supper, Secret Service at the door, cause I'm voting for a failing in 2024. Look at him.
Voting for a felon in 2024.
That part.
I'm gonna make that my new ringtone.
Austin Foreman.
Let's see November 15th. What do you guys think about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul?
Whatever.
Tyson?
Murder him.
Tyson said in an interview the other day, Tyson said something about his only intention is to hurt the guy. I'm going to hurt him bad, he said.
Yeah.
Hope he knocks him out first hit.
Jake Paul has been a bear poker since he started on YouTube. Way
right, like the
back.
brother. Yeah, Jake and Logan.
Yeah. And I think the guy gets everything he deserves. I wonder how much he's paying Tyson not to kill him.
Yeah.
What would you do if he came out and he knocked Tyson out in about the third round?
I'd say, well, you just beat up an old man. You feel good about that?
Well,
he's screwed.
He can't.
You know what? If it was me, I just sure the fuck would, because it's Mike Tyson. You know? Yes, I feel good about myself, but I don't know.
I'm sorry, man, but I don't think I could take a body shot from Mike Tyson.
No, I've seen him hit people where they're just rib cages like in slow motion. It's like
Right.
It's like rippling.
Your liver comes popping out your throat.
I know what I would do probably. He'd hit me one time in the rib cage, I'd probably shit myself all over the ring.
How embarrassing. Just instantaneous, man.
Yeah, just shit everywhere.
That's one of them gag laughs.
Right.
No.
So speaking of food, I did find this good restaurant. It's good for lunch. I've had
Oh yeah.
I had 5 lunches today, and then I booked a table at 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and 9 p.m., and I'm going back tomorrow for breakfast. So it's a pretty cool restaurant. I like it. The food looks nice.
Oh, Lord have mercy. My boss took me to lunch one time in New Orleans, sat down at the table, no big deal. You know, I'm sitting there reading the menu, whatever, and ordered my food and looked up. And the lady bringing the food's dressed in see-through lingerie. It was like lingerie day at that club. I'm like, I'll spit out my Coke.
I don't know. I think I got to draw the line with having naked women preparing my food.
Yeah. Keep that furry thing away from my French fries, please.
Not clean shaven. I would require them all clean shaven.
Yeah, there you go. New law.
Oh, Lord.
How about you just keep your vagina jizz away from my sandwich?
There was a strip club in Columbus that was called In Cahoots, and it was like a restaurant strip club, and it used to be packed for lunch with dudes there all the time. I mean, I just never could bring myself to eat there. I was like, it's dark, you know, you can't see what's on your plate. There could be a hair. You never know. You know, I like to eat at a well lit restaurant so I can see what's on my plate.
Well, I dropped a line when she's asking me what I want to order, and she suggests roast beef and drops her panties at the same time.
Hey, you know what the difference is between weed and the vagina?
What?
Generally, when you smell weed from across the room, it's good.
Oh.
Side order of meat curtains, please.
I still can't believe your buddy on Facebook had the freaking shower curtains with steak all over it. Fucking meat curtains.
I walked out a few nights ago. I think I rolled the trash out to the road, and there was a skunk in the neighborhood. And I wasn't sure if it was a skunk or if somebody smoking weed on their back porch. And it was identical smell.
Yeah.
Skunk, you know for sure.
Yeah, I've seen the little bastard scooting up the street.
If you go out to the parking lot at work during lunchtime, it's going to smell like skunk out there.
Yep.
Like our parking is probably 200 feet from the door we go in. As soon as you walk out that door, you can smell it.
That turtle man got sprayed.
Yeah. Live action.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna. If people don't start following the rules a little better, I have a feeling they're going to start cracking down on it again. Like apartment buildings, when I was delivering, the whole apartment building smelled like skunk weed.
Especially the government-funded ones.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's weird.
That's why I switched to vape.
Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah, I'm sending you all pictures. You're gonna like this picture.
Oh Lord.
It's something that I probably would share it on here, but I don't want to just because it's
controversial.
Dish
a little
is
bit.
checking it out. I guess I will too.
I love how he sends it on Facebook, so he knows I don't have Facebook on my phone.
I forget you don't have Facebook on your phone.
I have Messenger on my phone, but not Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Yeah, you can put Messenger on your phone without Facebook.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. That way you would be up in the know.
In the know.
Yeah, I dated a man for 4 years. He would wear cutoffs without any underwear on, and sometimes you'd see that.
What? The dangle of the dingle?
The picture that Ohio just showed reminded me of somebody way back when.
Well, back in the 70s when it was cool to wear them little teeny short cutoffs, there was quite a few of those incidences. Boy, your nuts is showing.
Put your mouse back in the house.
70s was just a little bit before my time.
No, I don't feel bad. Mine too.
So long time ago.
Man, they were if the pockets, bottom of the pockets weren't showing, they weren't short enough.
Exactly.
So my buddy's aunt embarrassed me so bad. We were at his graduation party, and we were all in high school, right? And his aunt was there, and she was a little okay. Let's just put it that we didn't know what the term was back then, but let's just say what the term is now. She was a MILF, okay?
Yeah, cool aunt.
And she was talking. She was getting drunk at this party, and she was talking about tattoos. And she asked me if I had any tattoos, and I said no, I don't. And then she asked my buddy, and he's like, "Yeah, I do." He showed it to her, and it's just he had like a skull or something on his arm. And she's like, "I got a nice one." And we're like, "Yeah, what kind of tattoo you got?" She's like, "I got a little mouse right down here," and she pointed like in her thigh. And she's like, "You guys want to see it?" And we're like, "Okay, we're going to see it."
Yeah.
So she's got these shorts on. She pulls these shorts down, and I can remember, dude. I'm sorry. I was like fucking 18 years old. She had on like these black lacy fucking underwear. It was like,
don't
yep.
apologize for that. That's like
right. I'm just saying that will always be in my brain. Bam, I remember exactly what I was looking at. And she's like, "Looky there. What do you think about that?" And my buddy goes, "I don't see anything." And she's like, "Right." And she goes, "Oh, well, it's supposed to be a little mouse." She's like, "Well, that mean old nasty pussy must have ate it or something like that." Dude, I just turned red as just instantly red, embarrassed. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this lady. And oh yeah. And it was like a friend's aunt, and the thing is,
college girls.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't no college girl. I'll tell you that. I was 18, so she was probably early 40s, but
Cassie's friend.
Yeah.
They were younger.
But you know what? She did not have a mouse tattoo on her inner thigh.
Look at that guy.
Yeah, all cuddly and stuff, but he always.
How old's that pussy? It's all gray.
That's a young pussy.
94 years old.
Is this snack kitty?
Snack kitty?
Yeah, does that kitty give like to eat snacks?
No,
not that way around.
Yeah, they all think
this
they
ain't
need
Springfield,
treats.
Ohio gear.
Yeah, really.
The dogs, they're eating the cats.
Dude, that
At least it's the hills of back on that other side of the lake there.
Well, those Haitians, they're not a Christian nation. It's voodoo.
Right. Well, here's the thing.
They don't necessarily use it for sacrifice.
What the people aren't hearing about what's going on there is they're all driving because they get this piece of paper, gives them a driver's license without a test or anything. And it's good for like 45 days. So every 45 days, they just renew it. So they're doing that. They're putting the housing and everything. And anytime they get hurt or sick or whatever, they go to the hospital. They're over they're overstimulating, I guess, all the resources for the city, right?
Overwhelming.
Yeah, pretty much. But here's the thing: the mayor of the city used to be like the funeral parlor director or whatever, or something like that. That was his main thing. So he has pretty wealthy guy, right? He has a lot of rentals. Well, guess who's living in all of his rentals now?
Getting paid by the government.
And guess who's paying for their rent? The federal government.
Yeah.
So that's all an inside fucking just paying the money to bring him in. He's making money hand over fist by these Haitians being in Springfield, Ohio.
Oh, and thank you. I just figured out how to answer that guy on my Facebook. At least they're not giving my Social Security to illegal migrants. Done.
Are we having fun yet?
Always. I just hope I make it up to the homestead before snow starts a flying, so I can get my well drilled.
Man, you still ain't got that?
Mm-mm.
Clay?
Nope. I get the appraisal Wednesday, and then closing is after that.
If this well, are you going to continue to hand dig it, or are you going to bring somebody in to dig it?
No, I'm gonna bring somebody in. I want a good deep well.
Yeah.
And where we're moving to, I'm gonna put the well up on the hill, so I couldn't hand dig that.
What's the purpose of your well being on a hill?
Because that's where we're gonna put the new house.
Oh, okay.
So I'm putting the well there first, and then I'll pipe it down to the old house.
How you gonna keep it warm?
Just run it dry it out, clean the pipe every time you use it. It's not going to be like running water. It's going to be on shower day. I'll go start up the generator, fire up the well, and then you take your shower, do your washing, whatever, and then you shut it down and drain it so it don't freeze.
And then reprime it.
Huh?
Yeah, you gotta prime it every time.
No.
A hand pump would probably be a good backup, though.
One time,
yeah, I'm going to have to spend a ton of money on a deep well hand pump. Hey, our boy, what's up? On a deep well hand pump, and those are just expensive as buying another electric pump and keeping it in the shed.
Okay.
Well,
the good news is it's just the two of you up there, so you can make shower day once a month if you have to.
Yeah, that gets a little scratchy, itchy. No, at least every other day. And, we'll have dishes, laundry, blah, blah, blah. And for dishes and stuff, we can just dip out of the water storage tank in the living room.
I had a well house that was in a berm, and it was all cement around it, and you could walk right in.
Yeah.
And we was having problems with the water freezing, and I put one of those little portable cheap barbecue grills in there, and I just kept hot barbecue coals in there and kept it warm for a while.
Yeah, all it takes is a light bulb, basically 100-watt light bulb, and it would stay warm enough not to freeze. But
yeah, my dad had one of the big industrial light bulbs in his pump house.
Yeah.
And then when it got real cold, they'd take out a kerosene heater and just put a kerosene heater in there.
Gotcha.
I need to get one of those. I'm sorry. Do you guys still have? Anybody still have a kerosene heater?
Oh, them things always stink. You're better off.
We used them in the 80s constantly, dude. But I mean, they have to be one of the best backups, especially
They are. It's good to have one in case of emergency. Menards has lots of them.
Yeah, I mean, I have a fireplace, but the thing is, 2-story house. Our plan is if we ever have to shut the house off, you know what I mean? And use the fireplace.
Well, here's a trick I learned.
We'll just hang some blankets up by the kitchen door or whatever to keep the heat in this area, and we're just going to heat these 2 rooms, and we'll sleep in here at night. You know.
Well, just remember, if the electricity goes out, the gas pumps don't work to get your kerosene.
But I'm saying you have to have some on hand, though. I'm just saying. Yeah. It'd be nice to have a little kerosene heater with, go get like 2 5-gallon tanks of, containers for kerosene. Well, 10-gallon kerosene lasts a long time, actually.
Does it?
I mean, for one heater. I mean, we used to get a 5.
You're talking about burn it. No, I'm talking about storage life is what I'd be worried
I don't know about storage life, yeah. But
if you fire your kerosene heater outside first and then bring it inside, it won't be smoky and stinky.
That's what we used to do ours in the garage. We'd always fire it up in the garage and then carry it in the house.
Yeah,
that's the trick. Let it get hot first.
We had 2 different ones. We had like the round one that was kind of like 3 feet tall, and then we had the little short, stubby, square ones.
Gotcha.
But the round one, the one that we had, we first got it. It had safety rails around it, but not on top. Now they have them on top. But this used to have a metal flat top, and that thing used to get hot as hell. My mom would cook on it. She put her pan on it and cook.
Yep.
What you need is some propane and propane accessories.
Propane. Right now, my plan is, we have the fireplace, and then I have the Coleman catalytic heater. But I don't think those things heat up that good, and they're not. I don't know. You think they're safe to burn in the house?
Keep a window cracked just in case, but I think they would be fine. And that's another thing. Let them heat up out in the garage and get going good and get that fuel nice and hot, and then they burn a lot cleaner. They say don't use them inside because they have to for liability. They say the same thing on a Coleman lantern. Do not use it indoors.
Right, but I don't want to fucking freeze to death if we lose power for like 3 nights in the fucking wintertime. You know what I mean?
Do you have natural gas heat?
Yes.
Well, then it takes a hell of a catastrophe for natural gas to go away.
Right, but I mean, if we lose electric, our thermostat's electric, so the furnace won't work. We'll just have the pilot light burning. You know what I mean?
Whoops. I still got my old-fashioned big round one on the wall.
Yeah, the one that doesn't use electric.
It don't need no power.
Right.
Got a good old mercury switch in there.
Yeah.
And if you look it up on YouTube, you can find a way to bypass your thermostat where you just fire up the furnace until it's warm and then you pull the wires apart, basically. All it is a switch.
Yeah.
Wire.
But
if it's a forced air, your fan won't work with no electricity.
That's what I'm saying. You won't, and that's why our plan is basically to seal off the bottom of the house.
Gotcha.
And just
or for probably about the same price, you can get a portable natural gas heater that works just like a kerosene heater. Basically, it's a wall unit with the
wall unit. You see a lot of people have them in their bathrooms.
Wall unit.
Yeah.
Some bitch eats up some gas, but
yeah.
See what the cost difference is.
Yeah.
Because most of those are.
I thought it might be nice just to have a kerosene heater and buy 2 5-gallon containers and have 10 gallons of kerosene on hand and right. between that way I could burn a fire in here and then put the kerosene heater upstairs in the hallway, and that way we could sleep in our own beds.
Let me ask you something else. When's the last time you had your chimney checked? Very important.
It was totally rebuilt a year and a half ago.
Nice. Good. Right.
And we don't burn that many. We don't burn that many fires. And plus, every year we do the what's it called? The log,
Yule log,
like the phosphate cleaner or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does it work?
I think it does. I think it does. It helps.
If you're not burning green wood, chimneys go a long time before they need cleaning.
It's almost like a flare. You like strike it like a flare, and you throw it in there and close the doors and let it.
Wow, it is
Also,
true. Have a wonderful night, our boy. Nice to see you, man.
Also gets rid of all the birds and squirrels that decided to hang out in there.
Frickin' raccoon in my chimney.
I don't know if I have one here or not. I think we're at.
Have a good one, our boy.
Have a good one. Out of here too. It's 2:00. Holy shit.
Alrighty.
It's early yet.
Job. What do I got to get up for? Peace, boy.
I don't know. I just, I had all these plans and things that I wanted to put money towards and everything, but now that I probably should still do it, even though Donald Trump won. I was kind of worried, dude. I was really worried if she would have won. I thought for sure she was going to win.
Dude, and I was shitting bricks over here. I have a backup system.
But yeah, it was like, can't believe how expensive some things are when it comes to your basic necessities, and it would have only gotten worse.
But like you said, it's not time to let down your guard and relax, because
it's not over.
No, I think they're planning something. I don't know what's up. I hope not.
We have a huge fight ahead of us either way.
I think what they're going to do is they're going to try not to certify the votes.
That's what the House of Representatives Democrats said they weren't going to.
Yeah, they were threatening.
Well, it's a good thing that they don't have the majority, right?
Whoop, whoop. That helped my anxiety go down.
I'm worried about foreign militaries now. That's what I'm worried about now.
Yep.
Well, another thing is
that Strong Cities network that Susan Rice aligned us with, and foreign countries coming here, UN blue helmets.
Well, did you see? You know that there's North Korean troops in Ukraine, right?
I'm surprised that hasn't been on the news more. Are they trying to keep it secret or something?
Well, here's the thing. I seen a story tonight on it. A lot of these North Korean soldiers are getting a taste of something they've never had before. Yeah. They have internet access over there on their phones and stuff.
Oh my God.
Of Ukraine. So I guess they said 80% of the Korean soldiers have already watched enough porn online to be considered addicted to porn, because they don't get that. Yeah.
They should be affecting, and they're watching porn.
Right, that's the thing. That's the thing. Will they realize because they're getting access to stuff that they never did? So what if they start searching about North Korea and find out how desolate it is? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or another thing, one of these military guys was talking hey, this might be a big wake up call for North Korea, because everybody in North Korea thinks that they're the best fucking country and they can't be beat. And you send they send a bunch of soldiers to Ukraine to fight with Russia, and they get eliminated and wiped out, and all their families, and these people lose their sons because they all got killed in another country because their military is garbage. Might be a wake-up call for North Korea, and that might shut them up too.
Maybe. But I know one thing, that right now North Korea's getting out of North Korea is damn near impossible. They got that border locked down so
as far as
much.
defecting or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Even up around China and in the country and in the woods and all that shit is all locked down.
Have you ever seen it on a map at night, like a satellite map?
Yeah, it's almost black.
Yeah, there's no lights at all. It's crazy.
Sorry, didn't mean to say black. It's almost dark. Sorry, old habits of apologizing.
But that's another thing, you know.
Sorry, Jar.
So hopefully we have a president here in a few months that doesn't want to start any new wars, and we don't have to initiate a draft to send our young men over to fight somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
Because Biden and Harris were all for that.
Well, that and Cheney's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anytime Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney supports you as a candidate, I know I'm not supporting you.
Don't forget the Bushies.
Fucking warmongers.
Yeah. Is Liz the daughter or the wife?
Yeah, she's the daughter. They have two. Dick Cheney has two daughters, Liz and the other one, and one of the other one's is a lesbian. And there was a big, big fallout between them or something like that. But now they're kind of reconciled.
Well, that's good for them.
Well, you ready for bed, honey?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I am, dear. Oh, you weren't talking to me. I'm sorry.
Let's get out of here. Thanks for coming, everybody out there. Not many people because it was a surprise.
Right.
Surprise.
Love you anyhow. We're out of here. Happy Trump Day.
I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Shit, I'm out.